stuff on my channel. If you do not wish to do that on yours, that's fine and dandy. But like,
yeah,
I just
I don't mind talking a little bit like with you about it. Like I'm not one to talk about like that sort of stuff on my channel personally. Not because it's like, oh, I don't have my own personal belief. It's just because I've never been one to like. When it comes to, I think I've always tried to say like, hey, my channel's always meant to be fun, jovial, lighthearted, all that stuff. We'll have our opinions, sure, don't get me wrong, but it's just ultimately, it's hard to have a conversation without it devolving into like people having like arguments in chat.
Yeah, no, at this point I just tell people, like, suck my left nut. If you do not agree with the things that I'm saying about how our country is now a fucking joke, like, we are the laughing stocks. And we're supposed to be the big old bad US, and we have such, like, you know, great power. Like, oh my, we are a joke now. Our government's a joke, our dollar is a joke, like, it's a joke!
Yeah, it really is. I think what it makes it even funnier when you make it the statement of, we're a joke. My man literally put a tariff on a country that has no people on it.
Yup.
It's fucking penguins.
Yup.
I'm like, what?
Yep, like, we are...
What export? They're not buying shit because they're penguins!
Yeah, I guess we got taxed the penguins, I fucking guess. Like, no, we are a laughing stock, our clown in office.
The
clown of the US. CODIS, is we can call it, or you could just say cunt of the United States. But like, I don't know. I think it's just... It's got me, like, it's getting to that point where it's like, there's no peaceful talking anymore. Like, even with talking with people like my parents, who are more conservative, like, I can't anymore. I can't be pleasant. Because now it's starting to affect me at a point, which this is a circus I didn't even vote for.
No.
I didn't vote for these clowns or these monkeys in political power that are, you know, running our country into the fucking ground. Like, I didn't vote for any of this. But it's starting to affect me more because now my job aspects are fucking gone, and the only thing keeping me here is my family and the fact that I have a house that's paid off. If I didn't have that, because my house I'm in right now, Paws is paid off. My parents is not.
Oh.
But yeah, no, like, it's just gotten to this point where it's like, yeah, if I didn't have these things, like, I'd be just going off. Also, Axel, too, like, yeah, like, you know, when he comes up here, like, yeah, this is gonna be where we live. Because where I live is a nice, you know, town, there's things here. But I just...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, our county was blue. Fun fact. Which I also got to see people bitch about on Facebook, and that actually led me to removing people, because they were like, oh, you know, Hamilton County is just, you know, a bunch of idiots, because we voted, you know, they're blue county, and then someone in their dumbass replies is like, oh, well, don't worry, the rest of Ohio overcorrected, and it's like, no, fuck you guys, wholeheartedly. Yeah, no,
Jesus
Christ. Just, that's sad on me this week. I was actually in a low social mood, but now that I'm just sitting here, like, coming to terms with it and getting to verbally say it, like, it's just a boiling point. Like, my mom starts spewing this Fox shit, I immediately get back at her. Like, I hit her with, like, yeah, like, and she's out here, like, trying to say, like, oh, if anyone's saying, not able to say one good thing about the president, you probably shouldn't believe that. Like, no, bitch, how about, and I would never call my mom a bitch. Just saying that for everybody in chat that may be hearing this, I would never call my mother that. But, like, okay, bitch, tell me one good thing he actually fucking did. One good thing. I'll wait, because I can list so many bad things. So, yeah, how about you tell me one good thing he actually did? That isn't just good to benefit you. That's actually benefited everyone that's, you know, that looks like you, that doesn't look like you, people in my generation. Like, yeah, how about things that have affected the people that are coming into it, you know, inherit this shit show that has been left to us? Because
exactly.
The boomers are out here like, oh, well, I was able to do this. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. You were able to do this in an economy that was completely different with a dollar value that was a lot different. Like, yeah, no. Please tell me how I, in our current situations, should be able to do the exact same things you do. Because I can't afford a house in taking care of a family on one job anymore. That's not fucking possible.
No, not. Nope. Like, that is a fantasy.
No, yeah, no, it's an absolute delusion at this point. The American dream is dead. The American dream at this point is just to be able to fucking afford food on the table.
I even then, that's still like a hard ask, and that's the sad truth of it all.
Like, I'm sorry, in no fucking world should people have to have more than one job just to be able to support themselves and their place of living. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not out here saying give people things for free, but at the same time, like, you know, you can't just, like this is impossible. And to sit there and say it's otherwise is just deluding yourself.
I think you know it's bad when you have people who have full-time jobs who are side hustling and moonlighting as, like, Uber drivers or, like, you know, Door Dashers to make a little bit of extra cash on the side. That's how you know you're in some deep shit.
Yeah. Or, like, another thing where it's like, you know, that, that I actually have had to tell my mom to her face now. Because we're talking about this potential thing. Because my friend of mine that I told you about that I was talking with from the Urb area, I'm like, you know, she'd mentioned just, you know, oh, hey, I got an IUD. You know, wasn't as painful as I thought it was, because fuck Donald Trump. FDT. If you ever see that Foxy or Fox Delta Tango, Foxtrot Delta Tango. If you ever see that on just anyone's Twitter, they're saying fuck Donald Trump not to get banned, which understandable. But yeah, no. So I'd even talked to that about her, and she's like, oh well, you know, like you know, maybe you should just stay on the pill because, like, you know, that's got a lot more medical benefits. It's like, an IUD would definitely have medical benefits. I wouldn't be getting pregnant. And, you know, she tries to say, like, oh, well, that can affect your, like, chances of having grandchildren. Because that's one thing she's talked to me, because she sees my aunt with her, daughter and son, my cousins. They have kids. Which my male cousin, he's only like 6 months younger than me, which, you know, good for him. That's what they want. You know, that's their life. That's their choice. I've told my mom flat out, because of the shit that's going on right now in our country and how bad our economy is. Axel and I are not having children anytime soon. Even if he came up here, proposed to me, we got married right off the bat. Like, no, I'm not having kids right now. Our economy's a shit show. Our education's a shit show because, hey, wow, no funding. Cool, that's what happens when shit gets cut. And, you know, I'm more scared for the fact that I could send my kid out and they could just come back in a coffin, you know? And I'm not homeschooling my kids because that's the worst thing you can do to your fucking children. Like, yeah, they'll accelerate in topics like, you know, histories and all that and mathematics, but, like, their social skills and sciences will be so crippled.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh,
it is. Yo, Piccolo, thank you so much for the prime resub. Long story short, for everybody just tuning in, if you're wondering why I'm rambling, just the weight of things and our country have just hit me, especially since my job field's non-existent. So, you know, we're just talking about it. I'm just getting something off my chest, because as you can see, I'm in a low social mood, but now I'm just seething with rage. Where are the dads at? They're not here, Piccolo. You should bring the dads here for.
Brings all the dead. You know what?
This is BYOD. Bring your own dad.
No, we'll just play. What's that one dating sim that's all about dads? I don't remember.
Dream Daddy Dating Simulator.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you, this is episode 62.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I meant to tell you that a while ago. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, man. I was like, I didn't know which number, so I just put a random number. I was like, I'll ask later. I'll fix it in post.
I'll fix it in post.
Yeah, I'll fix it in post, guys. Don't worry.
Guys, I promise.
I know what I'm doing. I promise. I'm a good YouTuber.
But yeah, what's going on with you, Piccolo? I'm feeling a little better now. I just, yeah, it's starting to hit me a lot more in life. And I think that's really just fucking with me mentally. And yeah, I'm just letting my parents know, or I'm letting my mom know, because, like, she's sending me all these job applications for places that it's like, cool, I don't have my license, I have no desire to drive right now, and getting a job that's 20 minutes away is not going to instantly spark my desire to drive. Like, no. And I told her this, that's still not stopping her, and it's, like, fair. You know, cool.
Literally becomes initial D, just meow.
Yeah, like, I don't want to go anywhere. Like, literally, when I was still in school, like, I went to work in school, because my aunt also worked there, so, like, we carpooled. Like, I carpool normally anywhere I go, because I don't have a set desire to drive anywhere on my own. I no desire, which is cool. Like, you know,
really?
Nothing says I need my license. Nothing says you need your license.
Yeah, you know what, there was actually a study recently about this, and I found this very fascinating. The fact that I think it was saying, like, Gen Z and some millennials are, like, the percentage of, like, non-having to having license is, like, way bigger now than ever before. And I was like, that's fascinating.
Like, there's nowhere I want to go. Like, and that could just be because I'm more of an introverted person, which is fine and dandy. I also just am a bit more, like, conscious of the environment. Like, I prefer carpooling to places.
Yeah. Same. I think for me, I would probably go, like, with a motorcycle or something. I know it's, like, way more dangerous as a whole, but honestly, it's less,
no, that is
for
the funny
economic
thing.
reasons.
Like, I don't want to drive, but I actually do want to get my motorcycle license. Ironically.
Hey, high five, let's go. We'll do it together.
Yeah. Let's see. Understandable. I've been heavily arming myself due to the state of our country. I've been in the not best headspace lately. Cut off my bio dad because I realized he don't give a fuck about me, honestly. Yeah. No, I get it. It's just getting more depressing thinking about that, and it's like, yeah. So your girlfriend's gonna go apply for the post office, which is cool because Axel is gonna go apply to be a postal carrier when he comes up here. So it's like, cool.
Hey, well,
we got that double.
That's convenient. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, that's convenient. You can carpool together.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man.
I don't know. I found this love of botany, you know, and wanting to work in it and, like, you know, doing things like that. It's just like, yeah. Also, is it lagging on you? Okay, it is lagging on my side for some reason.
It's not lagging on my side, but here, do you want me to, here, let me turn it off and turn it back on again.
Stop watching and watch again. Let's see. Oh, stream ended.
Hold on, I'll turn it...
Oh no, you guys, you get to see your two icons talking. Koko,
I know, right? Oh my god, who are these knuckleheads? Oh, what?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just hitting a lot because it's like, my mother's also informed me that, like, yeah, I need to get a full-time job by September. Which also, funny thing, there's no other, like, alternative with that thing because moving back over with them, my room doesn't exist anymore, technically. It's a storage room for everyone else's shit. Like, she was out here trying to say, like, oh yeah, well, you know, you got all that stuff in your room, and it's like, my stuff is by the bed. Like, everything, over 50% of the stuff that's in my room, my childhood bedroom, right now, does not belong to me. It belongs to either them or my older brother, or oldest brother.
I love the fact that always happens, like, 9 times out of 10, whenever parents have their kids leave, it's usually, like, it gets turned into a storage closet or, like, an office space.
Yeah. And it's like, they always, like, you know, we're trying to say, they've said this for years, like, oh, you know, Katie, don't worry, we'll get it, you know, worked out so that, you know, we could at least have that as a guest room in case anybody needed it. So it's like, cool, yeah. Like, if I can't get a job by September, okay, where am I gonna stay? Am I gonna just sleep on the couch? Like, okay, cool. What about the cats that are over here? Like, we're just gonna not use any of the appliances and, you know, just keep cats over here?
Yeah, that'd be...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the semantics of it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, I understand, you know, I've been out of full-time work for a while, like, I get it, I understand completely, but also, like, hey, these are the consequences of some actions that I didn't necessarily take.
I'm just an innocent bystander to all this.
Yeah.
But I got my Nico kneecaps ripped apart for no reason.
Come to Michigan and get a job with me, you'll make bank. See, okay, so Piccolo, you missed out on the thing of the earlier conversation of why I can't do that, because I have, you know, familial ties here and also a house that is paid off. Those are the only things keeping me, or else, if also the cats, because I don't want to fly them out of the country, because flying with pets on any airline is a terrifying experience, depending on...
Oh, it is a nightmare.
Even if it's even with Delta, which my family and I normally fly, I trust Delta. They're pricier, but, like, I trust them to get my stuff there in one piece. Yeah, no, flying with pets is a whole other story. That's a whole other can of worms. But if I didn't have these things flying me, then I would be doing what all the other STEM majors in my field are right now, and I would have been sniped up by someone in the UK or in Europe. Because they see what is happening to the funding of STEM fields and, like, things I'm interested in, like, and, you know, things I've studied for and worked for, and they see how people are getting cut and fucked over so hard, they are snatching them up as much as they can. Because over in the UK and Europe, they will actually fund your STEM job because they believe in science, you know, and actually thinking. That's crazy. Out of the country, chief, I can't live more than 3 hours away from you. But no, yeah, no, it wasn't for, like, that, but it's also like, it's the same principle, Piccolo. Like, I'm not moving because I have things here. My company also probably has buildings around you. I could look into that. American brain drain on the right. Literally brain drain. Literally brain drain. Like, as I was telling Riker, you know, with like public education and like things like PBS getting funding cut.
The NPR as well. Yeah.
It is so easy to control the uneducated, and the only people that will have any repercussions from this funding of this lack of education and the brain drain are poor red states. They're the only ones that will suffer. But hey, that's what they voted for, even if they say they didn't. Trump has said only one true thing. And that's when someone, like, had tried to say that, like, oh, you know, they didn't vote for this. And he deadass says, this is exactly what you voted for. I campaigned on this. Like, this is what you wanted.
This is what you wanted, guys, right?
The one time that the orange tyrant has been actually truthful is that, yes, you know, he meant what he said, and he's doing what he said. It's just because of the fact that now it's affecting people that, you know, that thought they were excluded because they weren't women or minorities. Like, they thought they were safe, but boy howdy. Boy howdy. Brain drain, how's that possible when 90% of the motherfuckers in this country are already completely hollow upstairs? Yes. Actually, to quote the meme that I'm saving on my back pocket, just to use as an insult on somebody, and I took a screenshot of it and put it in Piccolo's Discord. Brain-eating bacteria would starve in most people's heads in the country. It's hilarious.
Or in the case of what's his face? God, what was the Kennedy? I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, RFK Jr. Who, like, yeah, measles is starting to get much higher with what's going on in the country. So fun fact, if you didn't know this, there's been measles outbreaks in like places like Texas, and they're starting to get worse. And the, you know, person that's in charge of making America healthy again, you know, the head of the Department of Health, RFK Jr., who also suffers from brain worms, is still spouting out that it can be cured with vitamin A.
Wee! Just overdose on vitamins!
Like, this is the guy that put methyl blue in his water. Which, for anyone who doesn't know, methyl blue is a chemical that is used to clean fish tanks. He was recorded putting drops of it in his water on a plane for the health effects. This is up there with, like, people that were putting, like, borax in their water. Like, the detergent, the cleaning product for laundry.
Well, isn't borax, like, deadly?
Yes. Now, there's parts of borax that, yes, are vitamins that you can get in actual ways that aren't consuming a fucking cleaning chemical.
What?
These people just don't want to believe doctors and science so hard to the point that they will just start self-medicating with cleaning products and laundry detergents. And they made fun of people our age for eating Tide Pods.
Well, I was also going to say, you want to know some interesting fun facts of history?
What's that?
Listerine was actually used as a floor cleaner before it was a mouthwash.
Yeah, I know. Let me guess, it's Fabuloso too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I say that as someone who's looked at Fabuloso and was like, damn, I would drink that. I'm not to cure anything, it just looks tempting.
You're just like, God damn it. It's kind of like, oh God, have you ever seen that Reddit? What was it? The one that's like, oh God, there's a Reddit for like foods that you can't eat, or like things you want to eat but you can't eat. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, like forbidden.
And I know it's
forbidden
like
foods or something.
Yeah, forbidden sex, yeah, something like that. Forbidden foods or snacks or whatever. And Fabuloso was up there. Lava was up there. Trying to remember what else was up there.
I would eat the fuck out of lava.
I mean, it looks so gooey and tasty. Oh, it would destroy me, but it'd be delicious.
To partake of yon spicy smoothie lake. I would really enjoy imbibing it.
It's so hot, but yet so tempting.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no.
Which actually.
Oh, what?
Oh, sorry, go for it.
No, what are you saying?
No, go for it. You finish
I
and
was
then
just saying because I also just remembered fucking my stream alert was chat. Am I burnt out? So I think honestly, just everything going on right now is just kind of compiling into things, and I think I am feeling a little burnt out on streaming. Which Riker, how do you keep it up? Like, the difference between us, I know you're actually seriously pursuing this as a career. Like, how do you avoid getting burnt out over 7 years of doing the same song and dance?
Keep doing something new or find a new hobby in the background that intrigues me.
Yeah, I may have to try that, because even making new series on the channel, here on the Buttery Koko channel, is just not helping me to feel, like, super desiring of, like, streaming. So, I apologize if streams are not as frequent as they were, or if I just do only collabs every now and then, or for the most part. I appreciate you sticking around, though. Life is stressful.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Also, Kaiser. Ara ara.
Which is funny that you actually mentioned this, which I actually turned on my stream for this. Also, hold on 1 second.
Yes,
I'm being summoned. One
now
second.
that we're done talking about the things that will get you in trouble, because I will ban people.
Yeah, give me like 1 second, though. 1 second. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I needed to get that off my chest, because it's just, yeah. It's just a lot of things building on each other. Exactly, Worm. You said it. Otto said it. So yeah, it's just like, I have no energy to do this a lot sometimes, and I think it's just life coming in and just really kicking me in the cooch. Yes.
Okay, there we go. I'm back. So let me start.
Yes. Now that we're done talking about the things that'll get you in trouble, because I will abuse mod powers and ban chat people.
So, at least for me, it's funny you mentioned about, like, feeling burnt out and stuff. Honestly, I was kind of feeling it for a hot second, too. But I think that was for me, it was a multitude of different reasons. I think it was just, I kind of got into this weird mental state for a hot minute, and it, like, really affected me for a hot sec. And I think that also then led me to being, like, way more, like, socially, like, what's the term? Like, more socially inwards. I didn't really talk to a lot of people. I very much was, like, doing nothing. And I think that has really affected me a lot. And then I think it's slowly getting into, like, okay, getting into routine again, finding myself again. Because I really did lose myself. I kind of just did things just to do it. And I really was like, what do I want to do? What are things that I enjoy again?
Yeah, and that's definitely, like, what my motto's always been, because I have long since stopped trying to do anything that, like, I don't want to do. Which is why, like, if I want to stream Oblivion, I'll stream Oblivion. If I say I want to stream it and then my tummy hurts and I find myself mentally drained, I'm not gonna stream it. I'll just tell y'all, hey, see you later. Like, I think it's just... I think it's just, honestly, the depression of life starting to affect my drive on doing things like that I find enjoyable as an outlet. Like, I think that's really just it.
I think for me, it's that, and then it was just, it's hard nowadays to get into a fun mood when... you know, you're just feeling exhausted. It's hard, you know? The best way to put it is, like, imagine yourself having to do a presentation when you haven't slept at all. Would you be chipper? Would you necessarily be anything?
Because I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, I've done presentations on lack of sleep, and I've been excited for it because, like, you know, of all the work that I put in, and also I get nervous, so I start talking faster.
True, the nervousness.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, man, maybe I am neurodivergent, even though I'm pretty sure I'm not. Like chat argues otherwise, I will admit. I'll give them that one, but my brother's been tested negative for it. The one who really you would, like, look at how he acts and is, and it's like, I'm shocked you're not on the spectrum. I'm genuinely shocked. Like, I don't know.
Well, you know.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't really care.
Who knows? I mean, it's one of those things where if you want to go for it, get it tested. Also, my stream is now on. Why is there no quality? What the fuck is happening? Hold up.
Woo! Low quality.
Yeah, no. I have like 28 kilobits per second, so it's like,
we love the spicy 28 kbps.
Let me see. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're green.
Yes, now let me mute my mic real quick to say this though. So
And I think it's also just in general. I think social media too was also something that I realized was really affecting me. Oh my god.
As much. Thank you again though, guys. Seriously, for whenever I'm live to just take the time to hang out with me and come by and see shit. Like even if I'm doing nothing or like I'm playing.
Also, let me double check that everything is good. I don't. Oh my god! I didn't change the category. I just realized.
Actually, like,
hold on.
work. Apologies
there we go.
for that. Especially
Perfect.
you, Max. I do not
I'm
mean for
dumb.
Sunhaven to be a game where you are talking, or where I'm talking 90% of the time and not doing any work. Which is very weird because I've been finding myself playing games like Sunhaven solo, and I am able to focus a bit more on them. I don't know. So like when I get the gang all together, like I just want to talk. I also just want to talk even with Max.
Trying to.
Which that also probably could have been like one of the first signs of like something being wrong. But yeah, no. Thanks anyways though, guys. It's been a fucking long 8 years of this shit. And I'm glad that you guys still come around no matter what I do. And it means a lot, seriously, your support. Sorry about that. Is everything alright?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was just like, oh. I didn't want to.
Yeah, no, I was like, I just muted on my, I just muted on my side because I didn't want you to get you in trouble with, you know.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
I appreciate.
No, I was. Yeah, I was also gonna say, like, I think this is something else I had learned with myself. Part of, I think, me, I had to like try to like purge a lot of my social media because for a hot minute, I was like, man, social media is depressing.
That is the weird thing I found with social media. Like, yeah, Twitter's like absolutely fucking depressing as shit. But then like I go on to YouTube Shorts and get like the exact opposite of like, you know, the things like the nasty, disgusting people I'm seeing saying things on Twitter. But like YouTube like gives me hope because you're seeing people like, you know, waking up and realizing some stuff and like, you know, not being massive racist pieces of shit.
Exactly. Or in the case of the YouTubing scene, trying to topple over each other and kick each other down while they're turning their literally backstab and just up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Every time a big content creator has felt pressured and tried to overthrow their supposed friends because they're afraid of them being more popular than them, instead of enjoying everything that they've built up in the community that they've fostered. You know? Like, staying in their own lane. Like, that shit's crazy. That still baffles me. Because it wasn't, like, it's not just, like, with her case in particular. Like, there's so many others that get so, like, in their head. And it's like, I don't understand how you are missing the forest for the trees right now at your spot in life. Like, I guess it's possible. We're fucking seeing it here, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you've built all this. You've built something great to be proud of, and you can't just sit there and focus on just like that and just appreciating it and like, you know, working on just keeping that without having to look over, like feeling like you're looking over your shoulder for like competition. Like, these are your friends. Why are you viewing them as competition? You mostly have a shared audience at that point. Like, people can support more than one VTuber. It's crazy. It's wild.
I know, it really is. It's just, and I think what's insane too, I think it's partially because, and I feel like it's also been interesting too, because not only has it just been like bad scenarios, but a lot of people have been like, and I had noticed this, and I don't know if you noticed this as well, a lot of people are leaving agencies more and more, or getting fired.
Oh yeah, because the agencies run, okay, thoughts on things I have that will not get Riker in trouble. This one is something I can definitely talk about. Because agencies are built on a certain, like, quota, like, with reflecting the agencies that we see with Japan, which the Japan agencies are based around idol culture. They're very, very demanding.
Which, you know, in and of itself, idol culture is not great.
Yeah, and I'm trying, like, idol culture is not great at all. It has, like, we look at Japan and see case studies on this. First off, the talents are, like, normally groomed into that kind of lifestyle from a very young age, which can go from, you know, intense trainings, choreography, singing, even to the point of getting, like, you know, unlicensed medical surgeries to change appearance so that they come into their, you know, adulthood looking like a certain way, like to curate a certain image, you know? Everything is strict. You have to maintain this certain image that, you know, your fans think is plausible for, like, them to, you know, get a hold of. Like, that they could date you. Like, you have to be their fantasy. You don't get to be yourself. You get to be someone else's fantasy, and you have to make sure that that fantasy is upheld. And if it breaks at any point, you are risking your career and your life. In some cases, because stalking is one of, like, the biggest social crimes in Japan. Especially
it is,
among
like,
idols.
Yeah, idols, I think, is, like, literally the peak, like, of the stalker issue over in Japan. I mean, even of itself, like, I've heard people say, like, even people who are not idols or any sort of, like, entertainment media, they still get stalked.
Stalking
It
is
just
a
like
serious thing. It's just more amplified when it's with idols. Because because that's fed into it. That parasocialism is fed in and encouraged because it makes money. So English agencies also tried to do this, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's potentially also part of the reason why Gura left, is because, like, the disagreement with management, like, especially with her health, and them wanting her to record all this shit when she can't. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong.
I know it was vague.
That may have been Mume too.
It might have been Mume, but I do know Gura said that she had, like, some internal issues with management, and also just, like, back and forth with, like, I think something else as well. I think it was also creative differences as well, which was a whole nother thing. Because I feel like that's a big thing for me with agencies, is the idea of, like, okay, how creative are you allowed to be, and how much do you retain as an individual?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the hard part, because let's say you make an amazing series that pops off, that is incredible. Do you then own it at the end of the day? Like, I'd say the best example of this would be, like, Rin Penrose, where she was able to get out, be able to get their model, take all their content, and still be able to continue being an indie, even though they were a part of an agency, which was Idol.
Yeah.
And that's nice.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily the case with
the agency's case was very unique, because mostly they would not allow you to buy out on your model. Most agencies that we've seen, they retain the rights to it. They will not sell it. They will not give it up.
And they won't use it for anything. So it's literally just sitting there wasting away forevermore. And then again, if any content that you made or series that you make under said name, it becomes theirs.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, great. Now you can't do anything. You have to then pretty much either start from scratch or do something that's similar to it while also naming it differently and doing it differently. And it just sucks.
That's why we see Doki Bird just went to her OG model artist and just said, hey, can you make me again, but, like, just change a few things, you know? And now she's got the same eye style and the hair fluff and the tooth fang, like. So yeah,
exactly.
I think you are right though. It was Mume, because my brother was the one that just told me about that recently, because I didn't really know of Mume's graduation, what sparked that. It was a lot of disagreement with management for the fact, like, she had health issues, and they're out here, like, trying to get her to record all this shit, and, like, you know, getting really into this idol, like, you know, scene, and it's like, she can't do that. She's sick. Let the girl rest. She will do enough, like, irreparable damage if she doesn't properly take care of herself. But companies, of course, they aren't thinking of that, because, like, you know, Cover is starting to go that same route, not to the extent as Any Color. God forbid, I don't think any agent, like, any corpo agency could be as much of a black company to work for as Any Color. Like, Cover is at least still somewhat reputable, but the fact is, though, they are still, at the end of the day, a company. Even if the CEO loves VTubers, the head of the board, or, like, you know, the head of the boards and all the people that are making those decisions definitely, like, you know, don't think the same way.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that, and it's the same with, like, V-Shoujo, where they're, like, Gun Run and all the other people who are involved in that very much love their content creators and are very much, like, creator focused and creator driven, but ultimately that's not the standard. And I feel like that's what sucks, and you're going to see more and more of these people leave and have more issues with them. And ultimately, the benefits of being in an agency start to become less and less and less as you see more and more indies succeed on their own accord. Because I think right now, the two biggest things that I can think of that right now, right off, well, three actually, for that make companies seem very appealing still to this day is you get a stable paycheck, you get the ability to work with sponsors and other people more directly, and it'll be a lot smoother of an experience, and then legal. That's it. Those are like the three things that I can see that actually are beneficial to the creator. Outside of that, there really isn't much.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you are okay with being told what to do and how to run the show, I would say, yeah, maybe you could try going for being a corpo VTuber. But, like, if you like having any decisions on what you do, say, or how you act, or how you just, you know, do things, like, just don't do it. Yeah. Don't waste the time. Money's great.
Not worth
backing's great. Blowing off that, like, popping off instantly, yeah, it's fantastic and all, but, you know.
Yeah, the built-in families.
You're gonna be miserable at the end of the day.
Yeah, and you're gonna be overworked. It's gonna be a lot of, like, back and forth, maybe making compromises, which again I think can be beneficial in a lot of ways, but ultimately it can be draining as a creator because and I feel like in general, this is just in general, like going as a creative medium, you can even go to animation. Like, I know, did you recently hear that Pibby actually didn't get picked up? It's like fully dead.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this, and this may be like crazy out of left field. I think it's a good thing that Pibby is not being made. And I say that on the basis of, I feel like the original points with the pilot, which were like, oh, how, like, you know, like, potential brain, like the messages of the pilot, I feel would be lost if Adult Swim made it an official show.
How so?
I think it would be a shell of its former self, wholeheartedly. And I
is it more in the, I guess, where is it, like, more in the sense of, like, oh, corporate meddling would make it that way, or would it just be like you couldn't live up?
Yes, I think it would just become something undistinguishable from what it was set out to be with its little pilot joke episode. Like, because the whole, like, thing with that, which if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a while since I've seen the Pibby pilot and all that, but it had to do, like, you know, it had a potential message with internet brain rot and affecting people and things like that, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. I just...
Kinda, sorta?
I feel like they would not be able to play that strongly if they made it a series. Now, if it became, like, if it got, like, an animated movie, I think that would be a little different. But making it a show that's gonna depend so heavily on ratings that potentially has, like, the ability to affect how the story goes, or what that would be dictated to the writers, like, oh, they can't do what they want here because, you know, that won't get the ratings in.
Exactly. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way.
That, I feel, is a good thing for it not to be made. Unless they're going to make it an animated movie. I think that would be the only thing we should have it as. Other than that, let Pibby just be what it was, because it's a good thing. And what it was is a good thing. And I was fine with just that. I don't want it to be...
Also, ow, why bonk?
Haha, nice. Let's see. Corpo counts ruining things. That's never been... never happened before, ever. Riker didn't get me anything for Piccolo Day. Oh, yeah, Riker.
Damn, you're right.
Piccolo Day! You didn't get him anything!
Damn, you're right. Hold on. You know what? I gotta get you something, Piccolo. Don't worry. I'm on my way. I got you. I got you. But I think with that, I can see where you're coming from. I think there would have been potential still. But because I know, maybe not with Adult Swim, and I'm gonna say this in, like, maybe with Amazon, for the sole sake of, like, and I know not everyone likes Hell of a Boss. I know not everyone likes, hey, totally understandable, Rose Flowers. If you need to go, I understand. Hey, take care of yourself. Has Been Hotel, there we go.
Yeah.
Both of those shows, from what I've heard, Spin the Horse is like, oh, we still have more, like, 100% total creative freedom with making our show. Amazon's just paying for it. They are helping us support it. And they've also kind of done a lot more with, from what it sounds like, Invincible. They've done some stuff with the actual creators and animators and tried to make it a little bit more of a better experience. So ultimately, I could see them maybe pitching this to Amazon if they get the chance to do it, and maybe they'll be like, without compromise. But the problem, I think, is with such a premise being Pibby is, it's dependent on that sort of like, oh, notoriety of all these characters, because the idea is like, obviously, like, oh, these shows are getting corrupted, twisted, warped into like something that they're not. So when you no longer have Cartoon Network essentially backing you, you're like, well, fuck, what do I do? You know? Because then you have to then ask companies like, hey, can I borrow your character? Hey, can I use this character? Hey, can I use that? And it would just be a literal nightmare. It'd be kind of the same thing as like, I'm trying to think of another one that's like that. That'd be a legit. Oh, that's why they've never made another Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because it's a logistical nightmare with the amount of players and companies and stuff going around. It'd just be so difficult. So the concept of Pippi was cute, but actually getting it would be the logistical nightmare of a century.
Yeah, it would be like if Food Fight was actually good, but still spent as much money obtaining the rights to all of those IPs. I think it's a great way to put it. Also, Piccolo says you better be on your way to with the finest dad in your neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely. I'm on my way. I'm driving there right now.
Let's see. Your daily reminder that corpos are never your friends, folks. True. I remember hearing that idols can't even have boyfriends because of their contract. How their contracts are written to uphold the fantasy. Yeah, most 9 times out of 10. Like, and if you find out you're like, if it's like out that you're in a relationship, or even the rumors that you and like a male idol are dating, even if you're not,
or talking,
like, it can cause so much shit. Let's see.
It's like a travesty.
There, survive the best you can. Yeah, that's all you really can do, Kaiser. That's all I'm gonna be trying to do. Yeah. So, just given the nightmare that it would be, I would rather Pibby just be what it was.
What it is?
Well, yeah, what it is.
Yeah, no, and
like also, real talk, honestly, if not Amazon, hear me out. YouTube.
Okay, I'll hear you.
YouTube animators.
I could see it.
I could see
honestly, YouTube animation
pretty good with YouTube as a medium. But they
know what? And I
to let them have full reign to tell the story they want.
Oh, exactly. I was gonna say, oh god, what's that one? Glitch Productions. There we go. Because they've been like literally the reigning kings.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like Amazing Digital Circus is phenomenal. Amazing
Digital Circus.
Newest episode, I think, actually.
Oh. Yeah, there's Gaslight District. I watched it. I really liked it. I know some people are like, it's a little like fast. I'm like, no, it's seriously a great concept. I really like the sort of stop motion kind of feel that they're going for. It's dark, twisted, creepy, but in a fun and like almost cute way where it's kind of like, how do I put this? Nightmare Before Christmas-esque in that sense, where it's like trying to get that horror aspect without it actually being creepy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a horror, but without like necessarily standard, like, use things in horror. Like, it's enough to unsettle you, but it's not going into that full length of being true 100% psychological horror.
Exactly.
Yeah, but just enough.
It's just enough. It's that tad bit that just adds that little zest that I think gives it its own flavor, and I like it so much for that. What do you mean, Axel? It's only like, what, 10, 15? Also, Dark, why did you bonk? Why bonk? I did nothing.
Why? Oh, we're throwing.
But I agree with you. YouTube animation is really like thriving though, and I feel like more than ever now, having or being a part of a corporate or being a part of the corporate overlords is not necessarily. Wow, Dark. I see how it is. My own mods are like, hey, what's up to the fucking man? What am I here for? You know what? I'll just walk away. I'm out. Well, see you later. You don't need me no more.
Yeah.
Silly ninja boy. Twigs are for kids. Whee! But I think ultimately, the idea and premise of Pibby was doomed to fail from the start because of just what it was demanding of.
Yeah.
And that's sad to say. And it sucks because it seemed like, from what I heard, from even like what the creator, because I think he posted on Instagram talking about how like Cartoon Network and also just Adult Swim was really into the idea. They're like, we have literally never seen anything pop up this hard, this fast. And they were like, shit, we got to capitalize on this. And they did. They really tried. They made several spotlights. They had billboards. At one point, they had I disconnected. Hold up.
It's all good, man.
They had some little like the bumpers that they had in like Adult Swim, the little animated bumpers. Yeah, they had Pibby in some of those.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing it
and even some episodes as well of other shows. So I'm like, it really seemed like they wanted to make it work, but I don't know what happened internally. It might have been I think they said he pitched Pibby fully, like a full concept of what Pibby could be during the writer's strike. And was that the writer's strike or the actor's strike? I don't remember, one of the two. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a really rough time to have like gone into that, especially with like new concepts. Because let's be honest, most of these things don't want to make new stuff. They're like, we want franchises. We want things that will actually, we know will sell.
Yes, Rye stream crash lol. Yo, Axel, what's poppin', man? How you doing? Speaking of, if you want to watch both of us at the same time, !multi in the chat. I still have my command up because I'm loyal to my stream friend. Unlike some here. But no, who the hell is Pibby? No,
what do you mean?
Pibby, Pibby. If you don't remember, Stevie, Pibby was that April Fool's joke from Adult Swim a couple years back where they had this one, like, you know, almost like Dora the Explorer type show, where everything was, getting corrupted, and, like, other shows were all, like, in franchises were also getting corrupted. And, like, during the entire, like, live night for Adult Swim on that, you know, on April 1st, they had, like, these bumpers, like, actual bumpers, which Adult Swim has not had in a hot minute, or Cartoon Network even, that featured, like, Pibby on these other shows, like, you know, like, trying to get away from the corruption and all that. Is that the one where Fred Flintstone fell in? Yes, that's the one where Fred Flintstone fell in! Loyalty, lol. Exactly, Axel. Yeah, no. So the reason we're talking about this is because it was rumored earlier in the week that Pibby was going to be picked up for, like, an official series. And now it's come to light that that is not going to be happening. And we were just, like, discussing that, you know, it would be good if it was someone like Amazon or YouTube that allowed it, because I just feel, personally, and a lot of people agree, that if Pibby was put on TV, that they wouldn't be able to tell the true story that they want, and it would be a very far off from what the pilot originally was like.
A far cry, yeah.
At. Hey, welcome back, gamer.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to reload everything. Yeah, and I feel like that's ultimately would have been. It would have been a far cry of what it would have wanted to be. And I feel like even now, I think the best example of like things just going to shit and not being what the full vision was intended to be, Gumball.
Yeah.
Greatest example of that. Gumball, like they wanted to make a movie. The movie's still gonna happen. At one point it was canceled and it wasn't, and they weren't gonna make another season, and they're gonna make a whole new reboot series after the movie. JK, they're making a whole new season, and then that leads into maybe the movie. So it's like the amount of just like wishy-washy, hey, will they, won't they sort of thing has been going on.
Yeah, let's see. Imagine Cartoon Network making something that's not Teen Titans Go, which, like, Teen Titans Go has its moments. I will give them that. They know when the humor should be targeted at someone that's not the target audience, that is the newer generation.
Yeah, they have their moments.
They have their moments, which I think what makes a great show is if, in my opinion, if you're going for an animated show like that, some of the best animated shows don't have such, like, dated specific references for a certain target audience. They can genuinely appeal to all age groups.
Well, I think the thing is like, you can even have an era piece, but it has to be having some sort of, like, meaning behind it being an era piece. Like, it cannot be anywhere but this era sort of thing, you know? But that's hard. That's hard to do. That's like a once-in-a-generation sort of thing. I think a great example of that would be, and this is going to be weird, Regular Show. Regular Show very much feels like a show that was meant to be like, oh, we're set in the 80s/90s. That's the era that they're trying to encompass. And if I couldn't imagine trying to do it like a 2000s, which they try to do with, like, close enough, but it just felt dated in that sense where you're like, oh, this is just going to immediately go out of, like, style so fast.
Yeah. Like, it was good for the time that was. I could not imagine them trying to have Regular Show now. I don't think it would.
They actually are.
Oh, gosh, that's depressing.
They're calling it, what was it? Regular Show, the lost tape, or the missing tape, or something like that. Because the idea is it's supposed to be like, oh, picking up, I think, before the Dome. I think that's what they said, because the Dome era was the one where people kind of, like, jumped ship from. So it's pre-Dome era, and, like, episodes that would fit in between those early episodes.
Now, this could go one of two ways. This could either be something really good that'd be akin to, like, the Samurai Jack sequel, which was...
Oh, absolutely.
If you have not seen the Samurai Jack, is it Samurai Jack
Except the ending.
Black, or whatever it's called?
No, it's just Samurai Jack, Season 5.
Yeah, Season 5. Like, the sequel season, best 10 episodes of your life. Except what did you say?
The ending. The
I
ending
liked the ending. Like,
sucked.
it was sad.
Oh.
Like, I was very upset by the gut punch, even though thinking back on it now, logically, yeah, that would happen. It makes sense. It's just really shitty that it happened at that time.
Yeah.
But I know they did...
No,
Okay, we're not saying no spoilers because Stevie hasn't made it to the end.
No, there's no spoilers. No. Okay, but the thing is that they had wrote a different ending, and it pisses me off because, like, this is such much more a satisfying ending for everything that the character had gone through as a whole. And so it just felt so dissatisfying, where you could see where they're going with it. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's kind of like, we can actually talk about this, because this is like a Marvel thing really quickly.
Stevie, you might want to, like, okay, so, like, if you seriously want to talk about this, Stevie, we are going to be potentially talking about spoilers for Samurai Jack. You might want to come back in, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, no, this isn't Samurai Jack, but this...
I have a general understanding of what happened, but not how. Okay, so Riker, if you can talk about the general thing that happens, but not the how with it.
Okay, so I do want me to see the end without how it looked.
But wait, though,
okay.
let's get confirmation from Stevie. Like, Stevie,
okay.
Are you cool if we talk about this? Because if not, like, I'm just gonna suggest coming back in, like, 5 or 10 minutes from stream.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's fine.
Or, like, put us on audio. Oh, don't worry about me. I know what happened to Ashi. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never mind. Go right ahead then.
Okay. So, the ending obviously has like Ashi die, and then it's just Jack. Essentially, the end is him just sitting at a cherry tree and him contemplating about it all, being like, he's depressed, he's sad, he's like, fuck, I lost the love of my life. And then he comes to terms with it and he's happy, and that's it. That's the end.
Yeah, I will admit, like, you
so...
wouldn't be going through the stages of grief that quickly. Like, even someone as hardened as Jack, who has dealt with the entire thing of, you know, being thrown out of his time, like, you know, seeing a desolate future and then working all the way to come back and save the future from becoming what it was in his original time period. Like, no, it was... I get the idea what they were going for. It was very poorly executed. The rest of the show, though, absolutely banger.
Oh, it absolutely peaked. Which
peak
I
cinema.
like. It is really peak cinema. And I'm glad that at least with the end of the video game, that became the canonical ending. And I'm like, thank God. Because it's a so much better ending. And I'm like, oh. Especially just because, like, a lot of the story revolves around Jack dealing with his trauma and his stress and his anger and a lot of his feelings for being like, I've been doing this for so many years and having to suffer time and sacrifice myself time and time again. So I'm like, this felt like, oh, finally, the universe is like, all right, we'll give you this one time. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Stevie says, personally, I would have preferred a mentor-apprentice dynamic for Jack and Ashi. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, I think time was just one thing they should have been allowed more for the story. It would have been nice if we had more than 10 episodes, but I also understand they're not going to be given the budget they had to make a 25-episode season, you know, for a show that hasn't been on the air for over 20 years. Like, I get it.
It was a long time.
I understand. Because honestly, I think Ashi and Jack, like, if they started out like, you know, a mentor-apprentice, it was really good. It would have been good for a slow burn. If they still wanted it to be a romance.
Yeah.
It would have been very good as a slow burn. And this is me where I rub my evil little hands together because I like slow burns. I love just being blue-balled with, you know, like, will they, won't they? That's why Kimi no Todoke is one of my favorite animes. It's an anime about misunderstandings, and it will have you wanting to tear every single hair off your head. But the payoff is so good for when things get resolved, and Sadako is just really great, and I love her. That's my daughter. Yeah, I guess a slow romance would have been better too. But, like, yeah, also I get it, though. Yeah. They're not going to be given more than enough for 10 episodes. It sucks.
Exactly. I mean, it was kind of the same with, actually, funny enough, Beastars, where people were so dissatisfied with the original ending with season 2 because that's only, like, what, half the book? And you don't even get to the actual, like, parts. Yeah.
Huh.
It's, like, literally, like, so the story of Beastars is a lot more complicated than what is actually given in the anime, and it ends literally at the halfway point where it changes completely to be something more in line with what they were aiming for at the beginning, which is more about the world rather than about the characters. It's more because obviously the characters are useful and are great. By the way, I will read your messages, Axel. I'm so sorry. Give me like 1 second. But it was more about, because I feel like the earlier seasons were like, oh, they're more character driven. They're more about like the relationship, about like these individuals and how they interact with each other. When in reality, Beastars was more about how the world influences the individual and how they then take that on. And how they've influenced themselves in their conduct because of what they are.
Makes more sense given what I've seen with like off-handed clips and screenshots from the manga. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
So it was, I know it pissed a lot of people off, so that's why they made a final season and they split it up into 2. And when I was watching, I was like, man, this is a very drastically different show. If I were to show someone Beastars, like season 1 and 2, they'd be like, oh, okay, it's a cute little rom-com. And then you watch season 3, it is a completely different, like, oh my god, what is this? Did you just tonally shift into a different show? No, it's the same thing. It just happens to be that they then went with more the original narrative of the manga. It's kind of like if you went with, what's it called? Full Metal Alchemist, how there's the original anime that didn't follow the storyline, and then Brotherhood, which did, which are two distinctly different experiences.
Yeah. Also love Swordless Jack. Holy shit. Yeah, nah. Swordless Jack.
Peak.
When people suggest a more mature narrative for IPs usually aimed at kids, I occasionally hope for Samurai Jack if I feel like the idea has actual potential, but I usually expect Ren and Stimpy adult party level of body. Yeah, which, like, kids aren't dumb. You can talk to kids about serious topics. Like, I fucking gesture back over Static Shock. One of my childhood crushes, Static Shock, and Richie. Which, of course, I did not know. Little Katie did not know this at the time because I did not know that there was a comic book for it. I thought, oh, hey, this is just a cool animated show from the Kids WB. No, Richie's gay as fuck. Which, good for him, honestly. He can get it. But no, like, they handled some of the most insane topics to talk to kids about. Drugs, gang violence, racism, homophobia. Hell, they even covered a fucking school shooting.
I was actually gonna say another
shooting, and they had so much, like, care for it, like, and with such respect to how they talked about these topics.
It really was.
You can talk about serious topics without devolving into something that is fucking Ren and Stimpy adult party. But that's also, like, and I hate to say this with Ren and Stimpy because, you know, it was a cartoon that changed the animation scene forever. But also at the same time, its creator is an absolute fucking pedophilic creep. Like, also, I'm really glad he didn't get Galaxy Girls.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, a lot of the interns that were underage there were purposely hired by him.
Oh!
Yes.
That's horrid.
Yes.
Jesus.
He is no... Like, I encourage you all to do a deep dive into the creator of Ren and Stimpy.
Regular show had a sequel comic. Oh, sorry, go for it.
No, it's like, yeah, adult party being the next, like, the thing that came out of his head, not surprised.
You're like, hey, and I could see it.
Yeah.
Regular show had a sequel comic, by the way. It takes place, like, literally 10 seconds after the final episodes. Yes, I did see that. Funny enough, I remember seeing that comic, and it's supposed to, it's like them exploring something. It's a good comic. I highly recommend doing it. I remember Cartoon Network for a weird time was doing a lot of sequel comics for a lot of their series, except for, I think, Adventure Time was the only one that didn't do a sequel comic. They just straight up made, can't remember its name, that was on HBO Max. What was it called? I don't remember if you remember this, Koko. The name of the series that they made after Adventure Time.
That was Fiona and Cake?
No, the other one. The one, it had Obsidian in it, and a couple of the other smaller ones. But I cannot for the life of me remember its name. No, crap, what was it called? Was it Forgotten Land? No, not Forgotten Lands. Well, fuck it. What was it called? Distant Lands. There we go.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I've never seen it, but I heard it was pretty alright.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There's, like, it's a mixed bag, because some of them are really good, some of them are really bad, and I think that was the only one that didn't get, like, a true, like, sequel comic. They just went right into, like, Adventure Time, Forgotten. No, I keep saying Forgotten Lands. I keep thinking of Kirby. Sorry. Got Distant Lands, and then they obviously made Fiona and Cake, which is really good. And I'm really excited to see what they do next with it. Courage the Cowardly Dog with Solo. True.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog also
Sorry,
like handled some like extreme topics, like hell, fucking we learned like about abandonment and, you know, found family, and there was the lesbian cat and bunny, which they couldn't say it in the show that they were lesbian lovers, but they were.
Wait, really?
Wins. Oh yeah, no, the creator like years later like had blatantly stated what they had tried to say, getting getting, you know, through censors, because that's why it's like, oh, these two are running off and hugging each other and like on their own, and why she's willing to do everything for this woman. Like, yeah, no, it was the thing they were hinting at with it that some people caught on, some people did not. But they blatantly, like, in black and white, yes, they were, you know, they were lovers. And you know what? Good for them. Love wins. Love wins.
I know. It's insane how much they got away with. I mean, now back then, and even sometimes nowadays. I think that's like Owl House. I think was the one to like really push that one as well, and they got canceled for it. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Let me see. My name is Axel the Rhythm with Grug. I love Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. Same. I've actually been loving this, honestly. I'm a little sad that they kind of deviated after this one, but I'm still curious to try Super Mario, because Super Paper Mario, which tends to be the one that is the most mixed bag, I've noticed that. Because either you have people love it or hate it, but there's never an in-between with that one. Like every other one, there's usually like either more love or more hatred for, but that's the one that's so mixed. And I have no idea why. I don't know if it's because it's of its time. Some people even blamed it for necessarily for like the deviation of the Paper Mario series as a whole, which I don't know if you heard about that.
Wait, which one did they say was the deviation of Paper Mario?
Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, no, I'd say fucking Sticker Star was the thing that put Paper Mario in a grave. Fucking
exactly.
Stickers.
That's what I would say would put it in a grave. But some people claimed that it was Super Paper Mario that put it in the grave, and I was like, I wouldn't necessarily say that. It was just them doing something different, and the story was good, but I think their execution was a bit weird, and I think that's where it either landed with people or didn't land with people. That's why it's such a mixed title. Adventure Time Kirby collab, bet. Yeah. Dude, I'd watch it. I'd watch that or play that or play that.
Yeah, but
Bravest Warriors on that horrible YouTube channel. Oh god, Bravest Warriors. That is a series I have not heard in years.
That's up there with like Bee and Puppy Cat, because they were hosted on the same animation channel. Which I have not seen the new one. I saw the original Bee and Puppy Cat and I liked it. I don't know if the new one still holds up. I have heard mixed things.
It does. Are you gonna watch it? Is the question?
Probably not, because I believe you have to have like. What do you have to
Netflix
watch nowadays? Netflix, which I mean we do have Netflix again, but also like I'm probably not gonna watch it, knowing myself.
Fair enough. So I'll just like in summation say what it is. It does a lot of what the original did, but either speed runs through some aspects, changes some aspects, and then goes into completely different directions that don't make sense that the original was never leading towards.
Yeah, which is kind of weird that they would do that, but...
Yeah. And I feel like the fact that they sped ran so much of the original series, because I feel like I even like watched it side by side sometimes. I'm like, yeah, man, they really skipped a lot that was like either not stated or that was like in the original that was really good because it was much more of a slow burn. But here they just went like, and they're like here, and I'm like, what? It just felt like it disjointed for the most part, and it kind of makes me sad because could have been good. It had some good concepts that I was like, damn.
Like the original,
this could have been good, but it didn't.
Some real good shit for it.
It was, I think, one of the most popular Fred Raider stuff, wasn't it, on their YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Next to Bravest Warriors.
Bravest Warriors, and then Bravest Warriors kind of went in a fucking weird ass direction.
Yeah, because wasn't it Pendleton Ward, the same guy who made Adventure Time, also made Bravest Warriors?
At least the animation. I don't know. I know the animation style was very good, or was very much the same, but I don't know.
I can't remember. Someone don't quote me on it. Someone double checks me, just let me know, because I think it was Pendleton Ward who also wrote Bravest Warriors, but I think he jumped off at a certain point. He did as well with Adventure Time. He jumped off, but like I think he jumped really early off of Bravest Warriors, and so people kind of have to pick up the pace and try to figure out how to end it. and it just kind of meandered at the end from what I had heard. Which is never what you want with these series, and it kind of happened with, I'd say, a lot of the shows that were on Cartoon Network during, like, the 2000s. A lot of those, not 2000s, yeah, late 2000s, early 2010s animated Cartoon Network shows, a lot of them meandered until their death. The only one that I felt like still landed every single time was Gumball. Period.
Yeah.
Gumball, I felt like always landed every single time, and every episode, even if it was something like topical, it still hit hard and was still so enjoyable till the very end. So I was kind of so shocked that they ended it the way that they did. I was like, really? You want to end this? Like, one of your, like, cash cows? Really? Alright.
Yeah. Which does suck.
Because it almost felt like it could have been, like, a Simpsons scenario where it could have kept going. Like, it didn't need to stop.
Also,
and then
what? I think we're gonna draw myself in a maid dress for Maid Day, even though that was on Thursday, which, by the way, shout out to all of the artists that have drawn for that. I have seen so many of my favorite anime men in a maid dress because of it. God fucking bless. Bless. Yeah, either Koko or we'll do Buttery in a maid dress. I don't know. I just feel like doodling while we watch Riker play.
I remember in the Forgotten Lands when Jake appeared for 1.3847 seconds and said, "Hi, I'm Jake." Brilliant. 10 out of 10. Unfreed. How you doing, by the way? What you been up to? Also, what's up, Rosa? How you doing? Shout out to me for existing. Exactly. Needs to be a lore book for everything before it's made. I feel like that's easier said than done. And that's one of those things where, as someone who is creative, who's done that sort of stuff, it's hard. Because sometimes you change your mind on things as time goes on. Like, you can have a skeletal structure of what you want. Like, it's kind of, I think a great example of that would be Ruby, actually, funny enough, where the original creator, Monty Ohm, had a beginning, he had an end, but he didn't have a middle, and everyone in that, like, in the crewbie had understood that that's who he was. He's like, he built it out as he went along, but he knew where he wanted to end it. And I think it's one of those things that it's hard to do, because it's easier to say, like, oh, I will have, like, a whole lore book of everything that I want to do up until this point. But then, over time, again, you may change your mind, maybe you want to change something around, maybe you view something differently, maybe you want to make something else that maybe is a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse, you never know. So I'd say it's one of those, like, you could have a hard, like, this is the rules of the world, but to have, like, a whole story written out beforehand, I think is really difficult. I don't know if you agree with me, Koko, on this one.
Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a second because I'm connecting my tablet, but also just seeing, my chat asking if Buttery the Butterstick is single.
Hey, yo, Buttery the Buttery Stick is single. Hey, yo, I'm alive.
That is a sentient butterstick. And then Piccolo comes in saying exactly, peak self-lubrication, and
Hey. I mean, I write it down with a plotline, fair. Should I go for it?
Yeah, but no, what were you saying?
No, I was saying, like, because someone had said, oh, there needs to be a lore book for everything before it's made. And I was saying, oh, it's easier said than done, because you can do it. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah,
it's really hard as time goes on. Because not only tedious, but it's also just, like, in general, maybe you may want to change something, or maybe you feel like something may work better for a character if you do it like this. So to have a hard book of, like, where you want to go with it is kind of like an exercise in futility, because ultimately the ending may come out differently than what you intended it to. You could come to the same conclusion, but how you get there may be completely different. I mean, like, write it down with, like, a plotline. Yeah. Like, have a skeletal, like, bare bones. I could see that.
Which things can definitely change, and I will say this, as someone who actually used to hate, or who used to really, not hate, I used to really like the YouTube, pilot for Has-Been Hotel, like, and I was so mad that they were changing things in the show until I started watching the show and then realized, wow, no, they actually made very great changes for the show, and the pilot was kind of ass.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like the pilot was of its time. It's another one of, like, it's a relic.
Time trying to be edgy and shit, and, like, adult humor and saying the fuck word every 5 seconds, but, like, the show, like, Viviano, whatever her last name is, I don't know, like, yeah, controversial.
I can't remember her name.
Like, I will admit, she made a good show. And Hell of a Boss too. Like I watch Hell of a Boss. I love that shit. I need to finish season 2. But yeah. There's one change in the show that I do not appreciate. What is that, Stevie? I was just thinking about dates. I didn't even consider that. What have I done? I mean, you know, you've opened Pandora's box, so now you have to deal with it. That people in chat want to fuck the sentient butterstick.
I know, you've done this to yourself.
This is your bed that you
arrested.
You must now lie in it.
If the lore book isn't public, you can change it how you want, but keep it together if a writer leaves. Yeah, no, I can see that. Like, have it again, like an outline of like what you want, so that if you do end up walking away, it's a lot easier to like then pick it back up again and have someone be like, all right, where are you going with this? And it's like, all right, I got it. Lore books for studios are called pitch decks, and plot lines for episodes are called slug lines. Wait, really?
Slug lines.
That's funny. Hey, yo, we got them slug lines. Unfreed. I played Super Smash Bros, then played Super Smash Bros, and then played Super Smash Bros, and then played Super Smash Bros. Jesus Christ, how many... Do you play anything else? And then I played a little bit of Cuphead, and then I went back to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes. The Radio Demon drops an F-bomb in the show, and I missed the gag from the pilot where he's like the one guy who doesn't, since you can't swear on radio. True. I will admit, I think they should have kept that for Alistair's character, because radio, like, you know, his radio guidelines were super rough.
Yeah, they were, like, harsh. Which, I mean, you could even argue TV was harsh, but I'd say that, but, like, have you seen some of the things that have gotten away with over the years that have been, like, rated lower than what they should be?
Yeah,
I mean,
or, like,
I think one of the greatest...
at the entire decade of the 60s where they just released a bunch of songs about sex and drugs, but disguised it with other things, like, Afternoon Delight is a great example of that, because holy fuck, it is about as subtle as a rock, but it doesn't use any profanity or anything like that. Like, at that point, it would have been more subtle to say, I am raw dogging you, no lube, full on fucking, plap, 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 plap. That would have been more subtle than how they used euphemisms in Afternoon Delight. I recommend everyone go check out the song Afternoon Delight, on YouTube. Hold on, who's the artist by? What's the guy again? I can't remember their name.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see.
Wait, did you see me play Cuphead when I did? Yes, I did, but I was more making it as a joke. I just forgot that I did. I used to be a creative writing before switching to animation major, so I actually show you a lot. I actually show you a lot of what the industry does to get stuff made for TV. Really? Well, I guess that makes sense, because when you're in creative writing, you would have to have that general understanding. Because I had a friend who was actually going into script writing, funny enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still doing that.
Okay, so Starland Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight. Go listen to that song at some point, folks. And the euphemisms that they use in that make me just think, I would rather just hear them saying something akin to 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I would feel more comfortable with it. Let's see. Johnny Bravo got away so many gay moments that went over my head. That is why I will I will die on the hill that Johnny Bravo is a bisexual king, and he definitely would stick up for our trans ladies. like he would. He loves women. Would. No matter, you know, who they are, where they come from. Women are women. He loves women. But also, I could also see him liking femboys too, though. But, like, not in a creepy incel way where it's like, or like, you know, where most of them just end up being racist Nazis. He would not like a racist Nazi femboy.
He's like, get out of here with that shit.
He would say, miss me with that shit. Be gone, thought.
Wait, was Johnny 17?
No,
wait, really?
Way. He was at least 19. There ain't no way.
Hold on, I gotta look this up. No. I need to know this
too, because there ain't no fucking way that a man like that was out here, like, trying to score with women, like, a decade older than him. There ain't no fucking way.
Quite literally, I was like, no shot. Because he was aiming his shot with everyone. Didn't matter. I was like, damn, what the... Hold on. Johnny... Bro went to the Jotaro Joestar gym. Yeah, the freaking Joestar gym literally was available to Johnny Bravo. Hold on. I love that. Character Johnny Bravo. Can I get like an age? I wonder if this fan wiki will have an age. I love that some fan wikis will have it. Okay, no, he's 20. I was about to say.
Yeah, I was about to say.
In season 1 and 4, wait, what? How does that make sense? Oh. Huh? So apparently in seasons 1 and 4 he was 20, or he was in his 20s. So it's like maybe mid to late 20s. I'll say it's not giving me specifics, but apparently in 2 and 3 he was in his early 20s. Make that make sense to me.
Make it make sense.
Why did we go backwards in age, then go back to his original age in season 1? That's so roundabout. He was a teenager. He liked women. I thought he was still in school. No?
He was always like community college age.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, because I don't think they ever had a moment of him being in actual school. He was just kind of like dicking around the city, for the most part. Sup? Oh, yo, what's up, Joey? How you doing? What you been up to?
Okay, now that we have our posing for the model.
But yeah, that is so weird that they went to his younger years in 2 and 3, but then went back to his original age in 4. What the fuck? That's so ass backwards.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Season 2 and 3 were prequels, obviously. Okay, you know what? I accept that logic. I was just flashbanged by words. Oh, Piccolo has an entire... This has to be a copy pasta. There ain't no fucking way.
Hold on, what is it?
I will read this in the most serious voice I can for this, because I see the first lines, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep a straight face for this.
Ow.
I fully expect this to be clipped, potentially, too. I am so horny. All the other Vitrumites are turned off by me. No one wants to be my fuck buddy. They think I am unfuckable. They send me from planet to planet looking for something to fuck, and as I get better at it, they want me less and less. I am a victim of my own success. Quest. I don't even get a real name, only a purpose. I am capable of so much more, and no one sees it. Some days I feel so horny I could come, but I don't. I never do. Because what would be the point? Not a single person in the universe would care. Take it in your cave.
What?
Piccolo, I want to actually... I wish I could... not necessarily copy pasta since I typed it all out. Yes. That still counts. Piccolo took his time to type that entire thing out, and I respect it. But at the same time, I really wish I couldn't read. Like, if I have ever had a moment in my 29 years, almost 30 of living, it will be the fact of, dear Lord in heaven, I wish I didn't know how to read at this moment in time.
What? That doesn't even sound like Conquest at that point. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a 50 Shades of Grey, like, excerpt.
That sounds like a very unhealthy relationship dynamic. Like, damn, bro.
When has anyone ever read 50 Shades of Grey and been like, this is a horrible dynamic here?
Also, real talk, I will one day still write a better smut story than 50 Shades of Grey. I know I can, and I'll do it drunk, too. Way to brag about being able to read, Koko. Oh, I'm sorry that half of our country's illiterate, but I unfortunately am not. I'm so sorry.
These Koopas just waiting to die. Absolutely, they're here to. They're literally here for one thing and one thing only: to be my XP.
I wish I was one of them right now. After that, I'm not gonna lie, Chief. I'm not gonna lie.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm. Conquest. Beautiful. Listen, I don't know how to help you. Listen, this was the bed that you slept in.
This is not the bed I woke up in this morning, that's for sure. I am still in my own home, but this is not the bed that I woke up in.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm putting the GIF that goes with it in your DMs. Oh, God.
Dude,
I love Invincible.
See. Yeah,
Dude,
sorry,
I
Koko,
freaking.
that's on me. I stole your mattress. Why would you steal my mattress? Do you know how pricey mattresses are in this economy? What the actual fuck, Stevie?
Mattresses in general just were pricey as a whole. What the
I
fuck?
heard the notification. I see a bubble. I don't want to click it, but I also just...
All jokes on you. I don't have a notification. What the hell is this?
You know, guys...
You've come quite a way. This is Chet Ripo's adjustment house.
Do you ever
If you think you
God
can
stays
change your
in
stats.
heaven because he fears what he's created?
Maybe. Oh!
Should
So
I
this
just
is
remember
like
to
the
hit Koko
change.
check DMs? I will have to check that out later, but I will definitely be sure to watch it.
That's
hopefully.
kind of cool.
Got a lot
So that
of
allows me to
videos
change my
watch.
stats.
Oh, that's actually pretty sick nasty.
Yeah, that's sick nasty, baby. Don't you have a notification? Damn, can't believe you blocked me. I didn't block.
You think God gets tired of people quoting Spy Kids 2? No, because Spy Kids 2 is a great movie. God would never get tired of that. Also, it's
Okay.
right.
So no, Piccolo. The thing is that I actually have Oh my god, I hate all of this. Why did I open my DMs? Oh god.
I had to suffer on this mortal coil, so did you, bitch.
What do you mean? You didn't even see the image.
No, I did. Piccolo sent it to me first. Or he sent it to both of us at the same time, but I was the first of us to see it.
Oh god, I hate all of that. Can I have eye bleach, please? Is that a possibility? Do you have any spare, Koko?
No, I chugged it.
God damn it! Why did you chug the eye bleach?
Because it tastes good. It tastes tingly in my tummy. Yeah, no problem. Gave me a good laugh last night. Nice. I don't think I've actually ever finished Spy Kids 2. I was really young last time I saw it. Nah, it's fucking peak media.
It is peak media.
Bad,
oh, wait a minute.
It's potentially so bad because I've not seen it since I was a child as well. But it's potentially so bad that it circles around to being good, from what I remember.
Wait, how do I jump again?
I think Shark Boy and Lava Girl. You hold down you hit your jump button, hold it down, and yeah, rotate. There you go. Keep rotating. There you go. Good job, kid.
There we go. Thank you. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Hold on. Can I get Bobbery here? No, I see you D&D now. I'm with you. Oh, okay. Y'all acting like he's seen. But what the fuck? I'm scared. But no, I think for me, peak movie from my childhood, easily, hands down, bar none, Speed Racer. God, I love that movie.
The live action one.
Yes.
Oh, we've had this conversation before because I remember it vaguely just on the basis of, oh, it could be worse. At least it wasn't Dragon Ball Z live action.
Oh yeah. True.
Oh, that shit was so rotten. Axel and I want to watch it again though. Just because. Like,
wait, what?
Axel and I want to watch the live action Dragon Ball Z movie again.
Or Cowboy Bebop.
Together.
You know that I hear that one's pretty bad. I love me some live action Cowboy Bebop. Wait a minute.
I remember the Speed Racer. I remember the Speed Racer discussion too, because it's like it wasn't the worst thing ever. Like it was very just kind of like it was a movie. It was a movie. Like it wasn't bad. It wasn't maybe necessarily the best. It's just a movie.
How do I get over there though? I just tried to shield in Cuphead. That's a good question. You know, I would like to know. How did that go? Unfreed? Did it go well? Were you able to parry? I found a thing. I found a start piece. Is that it? Really? Whose house is this? Who did I rob?
Your house now.
I guess so. It's my house. I need to step away from Smash Bros. Story of my life. Okay, but how do I get this shine sprite though?
I don't know. I'm out here posting on Blue Sky, exclamation mark Blue Sky in the chat, that
I need to use the Blue Sky more.
I'm drawing Maid Koko, so come get it, folks.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, we did make a giant social command, yeah.
Yeah! I love the socialization.
Yeah, it's not socials, it's just one giant social, because I can't be fucked to... Because Butterybot can't do multi-line output. And I don't want to be bothered for having, like, everything all at once. Also, shout out to me for remembering to change the Twitter and that to Blue Sky. I'm so cool and quirky.
Hell yeah, you so
I'm not
based.
I'm not like the other VTubers. I'm not a VTuber at all.
No, not at all. Why is it telling me to do a barrel roll with my channel points? I can only do that when jumping off tall buildings. What the fuck, Piccolo?
I'm not gonna
Jesus
lie.
Christ.
There's never been a moment in my life where I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a VTuber anymore. More so than when I saw on my phone that I got a notification from Twitch that Dream was streaming, and then I found out later that day it was his VTuber debut, and I think personally I just wanted to kill my channel and then myself.
Jesus, like, you're like, get out of here, I'm over.
Like, I have never felt shame from being a virtual streamer ever in my life until those words were on my phone screen pushed to me by Twitch.
You're like, I hate it here. Truly.
Shame. I was mortified.
What the fuck? Oh. Does anyone actually watch stream? I don't think so anymore, do they?
Who watches a man that calls his audience slurs?
Is that actually what he did?
Oh, yes. He did. Oh,
what?
That was the whole thing. And he got mad that people were saying he can't do it because he was trying to say, oh, I'm autistic. I'm doing it in a reclaiming way. And it's like, no, the fuck you are not. You are doing this to insult people from someone who no longer wishes to associate with you. And you're using it as a slur. You're not reclaiming shit right now, my guy.
You're literally just hurting your own brand. Jesus Christ. Anyone from the Dream SMP or the Pokemon fandom, I just assume are bots or simps. Wow. Damn, I guess both me and Koko, man, we're just bots, I guess, because we're from the Pokemon fandom. Oh no.
I mean, they're not wrong for the generalization. Let's see. Hope you guys like cheese because we got an abundance in the server. Yes, we do. I don't let stuff like that get to me. I don't want to give them any power over my interest, positive or negative. Like, it wasn't gonna ever for real, like, deter me from doing what I do because you guys know me. I do what I want when I want, and if I don't want to do something, I won't do it. But I just had to I just had to have it be known. That was the one time I have ever felt something like that, and I don't
you said.
know just what to do about that, or like how it was weird because we've had so many shitty people in the VTuber community that you would have thought one of those would have been the thing to deter me from wanting to continue being a VTuber. No, it was fucking getting a model and debuting.
Oh Jesus Christ. I was gonna say, I also like to clarify, they said Pokimane, I read it as Pokemon, sorry.
That was awful. That was horrible.
Yeah, listen, I can't compare the two. Listen, one is just awful and charges their fans far more money and being like, haha, poor.
Yeah.
The other one is just a corporation that's still shitty, but at least less shitty. At least they make fun games occasionally. Oh, thank you, Axel, for the hydrate. I appreciate. Jesus Christ. Actually, another thing about the VTubing scene, really quickly. Did you hear Takahata, this thing?
Oh yeah, he was getting called out for being a fucking creep, and it's like, man.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, there's like, I was starting with a lot of ladies that have not talked about it publicly, but there was reasons why they stopped associating with him.
That would make so much sense, because I genuinely could not find for the life of me anything. I was like, why? What is happening?
When he made his tweet about, like, talking about it, he was also, which also he really shouldn't have fucking done that. Like, even if accusations are false, don't be vague when talking about it. Like, don't vague tweet that shit. Like, because your audience is going to be wondering, like, what the fuck is going on? Or you'll have people that are be like, you know, senselessly, or potentially without knowing, defending someone that they wouldn't defend otherwise. Like, just, you know, be like, hey, there's, you know, stuff going around, you know, regarding topics like this, this, and this. I'll make a statement, you know, either, like, you know, the later date. But for now, just letting you guys know, like, It's also just, I mean, overall though, easily, it's just hard not to be a piece of shit because then you won't have stuff like this coming out about you.
True.
Like,
I'm sorry, that's...
Is this a Niji VTuber? No, Takahata is one of the voice guys from Team 4-Star that was a VTuber.
Yep. They did a lot of, like, interview stuff. I feel like it's one of the prominent, like, interviewers of, like, the VTubing scene for a hot minute.
Yeah, like, one of the ones that wasn't just fucking Hero High, but a VTuber, or someone that's, like, Keemstar, but a VTuber.
Oops.
I will not say names, but you already will know exactly which two I'm referring to by just that description alone. That Takahara man, I knew he seemed like a cunt.
I am...
Piccolo.
God damn it.
Damn, that
I real
was
fucked up.
like...
That's crazy. He's like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I knew he was a bitch. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
It really is crazy.
Let's see. I started reading.
You mean?
reading... Oh, what?
Sorry, go for
it. No, you go first.
No, go first. No, you go first. No. You.
I was just gonna read the other thing Piccolo said before that. I started rereading Sakamoto Days, and I can't stop laughing at it because the current villain's name is a slur. Oh no, his name is Slur, not a slur. Just his name is Slur.
No, that is true.
That's hilarious.
That is true.
Alright, what were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh yes, I was laughing because someone said in chat. You mean Nintendo who gave who goes, we are charging you more with it. Deal with it. I'm like, yeah.
Honestly,
Jesus.
that is Nintendo in a nutshell right now. We are charging you more
pretty
than we
much.
can deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't really know what you're all talking about. Takahata is a VTuber. He's like a bartender was his whole theme. So like his entire he had blue hair. He had a blue hair and a ponytail. He was a bartender, and he was originally a voice actor from the Team 4 Kids, or Team 4 Star, not Team 4 Kids, Team 4-Star dub of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Did you hear Nintendo's TOS prevents class action lawsuits? That's, you know, not surprising to hear.
That's shocking. I didn't see that one. From what I heard, they made a new one saying that you can't mess with your console. That one I did hear, where it's like they will break your console if you try to like modify it or
They're not my
something
dad.
else.
They're not my dad. They don't pay my bills. I do what I want.
To an extent, I get it. The reasoning, from what I heard, the reasoning was because of piracy issues. I'm like, to an extent, I get it. Because ultimately, it is their platform. They are allowed to do that, and I get it. But they can just be like, hey, we'll just ban you from online like they normally used to.
Yeah, like they and you guys have heard me when we've talked about this, because we've had this topic multiple times with Riker on stream. Like, I used to be for bat on the defense of the fact that, like, you know, hey, I get it, they're protecting their IP. It's one thing when it's games that are like old that they're not going to be bringing back anytime soon. It's another when it's a new one. But after everything that's happened recently with the price hikes, you know what? Set sail for the One Piece, my friends. I support you because honestly, you know, I don't blame you at this point. Like, I literally, GTA 6 $100 is now on the horizon. And I just, Nintendo opened Pandora's box when they really, really should not have it at the worst time to do it. Like, had this been in the economy like maybe a few years back, that would have been one thing, but like now, oh no.
It's terrible. Wait,
And
what the fuck?
They're not gonna be able to close it again.
Nope.
That's why you stop people from pirating your stuff. Be fair if your price is honestly.
Let me see. VTuber / Minecraft YouTubers is bastard store of the century. True. If you're going to brick it, give a refund. Yeah. No, I can agree with that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna ban me from like online play, that I get to an extent, because I'm like, yeah, piracy is not great, especially if you're doing it on the console itself. I don't agree with it, and ultimately they're just protecting their IP, and that's not new for them to do. To be like, hey, we're gonna like block you from online, or prevent you from doing certain things with your console. Like, that's fine. I get that. But breaking it outright and being like, well, you just have essentially a really expensive paperweight, I think is a little shitty.
Yeah, them breaking
like, especially
it
intentionally
instead of like,
yeah.
Like, which normally would happen, which is you, like, potentially doing something wrong and breaking your own system. Like, that's pretty fucked.
Exactly.
Also, Namco sells Tekken 7 Ultimate Edition for $120. Now, Does Ultimate Edition,
Whoa.
is that just the game? Like, do you get anything fancy with it? Like physical?
DLC.
Or
No,
just
I think
DLC?
it might just be the DLC.
Are you fucking me right now?
I think that's just DLC. I don't think it's anything special.
That is disgusting.
It is atrocious. I mean, welcome to modern game prices where we will literally say, hey, we're going to charge you 70, but still give you DLC for like astronomical. I mean, this is part of the reason why people were so mad at, what was it called? The Reload, Persona 3 Reloaded, because they made the FES storyline DLC.
Yeah, that is pretty bullshit.
Even though that was part
I'm
of...
not gonna lie.
Literally was in base game. Hold on. Love how a lot of the Nintendo fanboys immediately think that if you're modding, you're going to pirate. Well, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what Nintendo thinks. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, people don't mod, or some people mod their consoles for the sake of like having cool things. But you know, for them, they're just making sure, like, hey, maybe don't. And especially because I remember there was this one in particular instance where people had hacked into their consoles and were able to change their profile picture. Do you remember this, Koko? From like a long time ago?
I don't remember the profile picture. The only one I remember that was like more of a thing where it was like, yeah, that's not okay, was when Tears of the Kingdom was getting ready to release and people were like pirating it like week of.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because immediately, I think it was over. There's a company. What was it? The emulator was also having like, we're telling people how to do it. And I was like, okay, that's immediately like, your ass was grassed the moment you did that. You fucked up so royally. But no. So this was a long time ago where hackers had found their way into something in the Switch where essentially you could change your profile picture. Because like you can change it to a me, you can change it to all your different icons, blah blah blah. Here, you can actually change it to whatever photo you wanted. Some people had changed it to their profile pictures from Twitter, which was like, oh, that's cute. That's a fun little. It's harmless.
Who ruined it for the rest of us?
Yeah, literally, a bunch of people decided to use like really like scandalous and just really NSFW photos as their icons, and they would go on like Splatoon or like all these other like online games that would show your profile picture.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then they cracked down on it, and I was like,
up there with the VTubers that streamed with green screening the Splatoon match, and the one of them
that was
playing an adult actress's video in the background. Which actually, real talk, she actually showed up for it, or I think like no, it was her. She was the adult actress herself, if I'm not mistaken. Doing it. It was like, that shit's kind of a power move, I'm not even gonna lie. Kind of based.
That is a power move.
Dare I say a little based, folks.
It's ballsy but based. What's up, Roslars?
But also like, damn.
Damn. Yo-ho, going to become the new motto of a lot of people.
Yeah,
true, like, literally, Yarhar.
They've opened that gate, and at this point, like, yeah, I can't say I blame you, because, like, I already started having gripes with AAA gaming, but like at this point, there is no way that anyone should be able to justify a singular video game costing $100. Like, there ain't no way, Chief. Ain't no way.
Yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. No.
It's rough out here, man. God damn it.
It's rough out here on
I'm trying.
Streets.
I feel like, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen most people have a problem with. It's less of like the console itself. I think it's more the sense of just the prices of the games that have been like really the sticking point. And I'm like, I get it.
It's like the console, like, it was one thing. It's like, okay, yeah, next gen, we're normally used to things getting super pricey. I still don't believe it, or agree with it. The shit should have still been $400 in my opinion. That's just me.
I could see it working with 400. I mean, I know some people were like, oh, it should have been like 350. I'm like, dude, like, I can't. There's no way they would be selling at such a dramatic loss at that extent.
Yeah.
Like, especially because they were giving you, like, next gen price, like, next gen power. The fact that they were going to give you 120 FPS on some games, which is, like, insane. That means, like, 60 will be pretty much guaranteed with a lot of games. Like,
how the fuck are they out here giving 120 FPS games when that fucking video chat Discord stuff that they were getting rip-off that they were doing literally is like a singular frame per second? How?
Well, that's if you're sharing your screen. the reason they actually give a reasoning why they did it that way, which is apparently it's because they wanted to like keep the performance as high as they possibly could, and that was what they did. Was to make the video quality look worse because they're like, we want to keep like a stable quality on the actual game you're playing.
Yeah,
across the board.
I don't foresee anyone buying that when the better alternative would be just to have Discord open while you play.
Well, the thing is, it's already built into the price of online, so you're not really paying for it.
Yeah, the
in
fact
the traditional
that you're
sense, where
paying
you
for online though and get it, like you could buy the accessory, and then also the fact that there's a button on there that you can't use if you don't have online. Like that's some horse.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucked. Yeah, that is some horse shit. It shouldn't have been that way.
Why design it at that point? Why put the fish button on there?
You didn't need to put the button. You could have had the feature. That's cool. I wouldn't have been mad about it. But I think it would have been more. It's more problematic because you gave us a button and you introduced it with like, especially the new Pro controller has like a little thing for your headphones, so you can connect to it. The camera is a huge thing that they're really trying to push. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like you're really.
I'm not gonna lie, the headphones were a nice feature. I will give them that. Singular thing.
It's a nice feature. I'm not going to be here and sitting here like, oh, they didn't make some good concessions or make some good choices here. I'm not going to be here and say that. But ultimately, they've made a lot of bad decisions, and it's just really tough to, like, really justify a lot of it.
Let's see. Remember when Escape from Tarkov charged players $110 or so for the game with all future DLC being free? Then they tried to get out of it by insisting that it isn't DLC. That's crazy.
Damn.
And he's about to get mad popular soon. Also, Tekken 7 came out in 2021 for reference. I love how none of the commercials can make the Discord VC knockoff look good. Like, I respect that they're not trying, like, to, like,
hide
it something it's not. Like, it's not like a food commercial where, like, you can tell that, you know, people have done things to make that try to look as appealing as possible or different from what you will be seeing in the restaurant. But holy fuck, the Discord looks so bad. It's great. It's hilarious. I love it.
It's great. Look, the second I heard a monthly sub to play a game, I took issue with the gaming companies. I mean, I feel like that was a long time ago.
Honestly, yeah.
That was like Pandora's box that was open so many years ago that at this point there is just no closing.
Yeah, Xbox really fucked up with that. Actually, yeah, honestly, no, Microsoft did fuck up with that one. Fuck you, Microsoft.
Microsoft was the first to go online, and they, I think, charged for online since, I think, 360? Yeah, 360.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Even though we're
actual Discord on Switch too, just like PlayStation and Xbox. They could have, but, you know, Nintendo have always been the type of people to make their own thing. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, hey, does anybody remember Miiverse? Like, that was a cool concept that was so ahead of its time.
I miss so much.
Miiverse was so good.
I miss me
so I could see maybe making game chat work at some point, but I just think to what they're actually advertising, and they hate sharing, and ultimately they want to make their own experiences. They don't like using other people's experience, like other people's services, to make their own experiences. I think is the best way to put it. Like, hell, they've been pretty reluctant to do online for how long? I don't know, like decades?
Literally, yeah. Like, even the DS thing. I remember when the DS Wi-Fi thing was
that was a huge deal.
Thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was a USB port you plugged into your computer. I had one for Diamond and Pearl so that I could use the the PTS. Or the global, it was the GTS, actually, still at the
GTS.
Point, the Global Trade Station.
Yeah.
And that shit was innovative. I was like, wow, I can trade things with other people around the world, and I can get random things. And then I see, you know, like, the Pokemon being put up there for level 1, and they want something absolutely ridiculous for it, and then I find out years later that that was definitely a scam or some form of scheming that they, you know, had going on there. It was like, damn, good time.
Good times. Hello, Roseflowers, welcome back.
I'm gonna go get some water real quick, so, I'll be back in a sec. Entertain the chats.
I got you. I'm trying to figure out where the 1,000-year gate is, because I think I need to do that to get to the next area. What do you mean, no? Hey, what? Hello? How do I... No, if you is were $1, who is the how, when, what is where, and who is what is where? What the fuck, DeFreed? Let me see. That would have made sense, but they hate sharing. But they kind of bailed on the me stuff, though. They kind of, honestly, they did. it's weird because they like want to still keep it, but they didn't want to innovate it, and two, because with Miitopia, and I think this is the best example of this, Miitopia, and then obviously with Tomodachi Life, it looks like they're really innovating the way that Mii's look, so it pisses me off to no end that they then don't want to advertise it or even really integrate it into the Switch's actual like UI. It's still buried in like menus, and I'm like, that's so shitty, dude. Don't do that.
UI changes are just weird. Like, very poor UI decisions. I don't know why companies allow people to greenlight that.
I don't know.
Do you need help with where to go, or are you just walking around just cuz?
I might need help, but I think I might have found. Is this the thousand? This is the 1,000-year door. No, not 1,000-year door. This is the Pit of 100 Trials. This might be.
No, that's the.
Nope, this is not. This is Twilight Town. Yeah, I need to get to the door because I think we never went to the door at the end of the chapter.
Right, so
to
remember,
start,
it's the pipe in front of Professor.
Oh,
what's his name? I'm forgetting his name right now. It's in front of
the Goomba.
Yeah, Professor.
Goomboso. I'm gonna call him Professor Goomboso until I remember his
name. Wow, but that is the.
I know.
But you know what? Fair. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Pat? How's it going? What you been up to?
Yeah, you were just on the whole other ass side of town.
Yeah, I was lost. Listen, dude, I was lost. I was kicking around. I was kicking rocks at that point.
Yeah, just remember, it'll always be east side. Roadport.
Nintendo likes to bail on stuff a lot when it's good. They will bail on it at some point, unless it's Zelda or Mario related. Yes and.
Yeah,
no.
I can agree with the Mario point on that stuff.
The Mario one, but not Zelda. Like, I think the thing is with them bailing on things, it's not that they're bailing on good things, it's just the problem is they execute it, and it's a good idea in theory, but they go about it in the weirdest, like, it's kind of like the Wii U, where it's like, in concept, the Wii U could have been good, but they went about it in the worst way humanly possible, and then people remember it being like, oh, this was great. Same with Miiverse, where Miiverse, in theory, was a great concept. Actually, no, it was a great thing, but Nintendo didn't really advertise it well, and they didn't really use it very well either. So by the time, you know, the Wii U and 3DS era was starting to kind of wind down, they're like, well, we don't need it anymore. No one's really using it because they themselves stopped really using it. So I think it's less of them bailing on ideas, but them not really knowing what to do with that idea. So they then bail on it because they're like, well, it failed. What's the point?
Yeah.
They essentially kill the horse before the horse has had an opportunity to even grow.
Yeah, honestly.
So, and that's what pisses me off most with Nintendo. It's just they had so many cool ideas and then they just like ditch it for something else. Because again, I get where they're coming from sometimes, where they're like, "Oh, we want to innovate." I'm like, "Okay, but you had something there. You didn't need to go too far. Innovation's great and all, but it doesn't mean jack shit if you already had a good idea and then you decided to go down a completely different route that didn't make any sense." I mean, a la Paper Mario, where people are like, "Just go back to the turn-based." They're like, "No," and they have continued to make literally everything that's not turn-based. As much as I think Origami King is cool, it's still not turn-based, and I'm surprised and shocked at how much they just don't want to do it.
Yes, the maid dress
but what were we gonna say,
better
Koko?
than what I'm drawing right now. We're just getting some shit skipped.
It's good, just chilling at the moment. Hell yeah! Anything in particular that you've been up to, Pats? It's why you dust off and try again and not bail on it. How's the Mario going? Pretty good, Joey. Pretty good. We're right now trying to find the little thing to get to the 1,000-year door.
Yeah, remember that's his.
Nintendo doesn't like
pipe there. Go there. Go. Yeah, good job.
I'm going. Yeah, okay,
and
thank you.
Doors to the left.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Pookie.
Oh, dog, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Waiko. Ooh.
Oh, yo, woo. Oh my god, I hate my life.
Left, right. Actually.
Wait, what?
Actually,
Is this
no,
the
maybe
way?
that one. Yeah, no, that one. Yeah, go down there. Nintendo favors innovation over consistency, I feel. Yeah, no, they definitely, being innovative is like one of their strong points. And that has led them through many good things. Yeah, and then go down.
But also...
Go down that other one
Oh,
there.
goddammit.
Why do you have to fight everything? Why are you like a pit bull when they see a toddler?
Because I'm like, I must attack, I must murder.
For all
Listen,
purposes, pit bulls are not naturally attacking toddlers.
I can't help it, man. It's my JRPG side that's like, oh, I need to fight everything.
You're just like,
especially for some of the...
That's such a man thing. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
What do you?
Like, that is the most,
What do you mean?
like, man thing ever.
Fuck. I'm working on a report. I'll stop by later if you're still going. Oh, absolutely. I'm actually going for a lot longer. Actually, I'm going to tell you this, Koko, right now. Let me know when you want to hop off because I'm going to be going for like 8 hours.
Yeah, I will hop off probably about 3 my time because I do have to teach the kids tomorrow.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I'll let you know then. But I'm good to go for a little bit, especially since I'm just here doodling while we talk and while you play.
Hell yeah. That's good. All right. I'll work with it. My pitbull was a love bug. She would cuddle you to death first.
Yeah, no,
No.
I was just making a joke there. I love pit bulls. I'm not of the opinion that pit bulls are evil and Satan. They literally are not. There's been so many things to disprove that. They're actually one of the most protective breeds you could have.
Shit.
Like, the only dog that's ever, like, scientifically had, like, naturally been born with aggression is French poodles, because they were bred to be hunting dogs. Like, they are mean if they're not treated properly.
I cannot believe I pulled that off. Hey, are you serious?
Finally, you got it! You can jump on spiky enemies now, Riker!
I went through all that effort for nothing.
For nothing? That's the spike guard!
At least I got it, you know.
Nothing!
At least I got it.
Gosh, Riker out here be given one of the best badges to have in the game is like, this is trash.
It's straight trash. Get out of here.
Yeah, know your place. Trash.
Know your place, trash. Well, my birthday was. Oh, happy birthday, Pats! I hope it was a great one.
Yes,
what did you?
What did you? Happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, big stream.
He is 26.
Hey, yo, let's go. What did you end up doing? Dotson. Oh, wait, hold on. Dushundas? I don't know how to pronounce that. Dachshunds or Doxies, wiener dogs. Dachshunds, thank you. Wait, really? Wiener dogs were bred as hunting?
Yes, they were, actually.
What? The adorable little wiener dog? What?
Yeah, well, they also weren't bred normally to have shorter legs.
Also, that was just our sadistic sadistic ways.
My friend had a French poodle that was a vicious beast that made other dogs aggressive out of anxiety too. One of them almost bit me in the crotch, and I haven't felt safe around big dogs since. Yeah, no, French poodles can be intense. Nintendo makes fun endo. True, yeah, nowadays, honestly, yeah, Nintendo really does make fun endo.
It's fun with a caveat.
Yeah, the fun ends at some point.
Exactly. You have to wake up one day. Wake up, Link, wake up! Oh shit, Nintendo. But then again, I feel like isn't the same with corgis? Corgis were bred to be something else entirely, but then we made them small.
Yeah. Which there's a whole conversation to be had about, like, selective breeding for things like that, and how in a lot of cases, it's probably gone too far. I gesture over at the pug, which I love pugs.
All the pugs.
Do not get me wrong, I adore pugs, but they have or even, like, things like the Great Dane, which are, like, you know, they have such a short lifespan now due to their size, like, they're lovely dogs, but just, like, also, damn.
Yeah, that is rough. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we fucked it. Well, I mean, that's just our own hubris, I think, in general.
Yeah.
That we were like, we like to play around with, like, genetics. I mean, that's the same with plants.
Yeah, but with plants, I mean, like, I don't know. I should say this is
that's how we
myself, like, you know, like, yeah, but it's also like,
It's a mixture. It's like, it can be good and bad.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, it's Dachshund is how it's said. Dachshund is German. It means badger dog. Oh, the more you know. I didn't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I've never had a pet before.
I've never heard.
Not intentional.
Well, I've also never seen it spelled Dachshund or Dachshund. That's like that's definitely the more German. Like, that's not more German.
Oh,
that is the German spelling, because Dachshund in, like, English is, like, normally spelled with C.
Okay, so that's why I was like, wait, what?
Yes.
Because I was trying to
Okay.
read it. I'm like,
They are still the same
I
thing,
don't
though.
know. No, it's still the same thing. I don't speak German. That's why I was like,
Neither do I.
really? I didn't know.
I still think Nintendo's fun just for a hefty price, and I do mean hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dep
Stevie,
depends,
they're very
honestly.
hefty.
They can be hefty. I mean, at least they were merciful with, what was it, the Metroid Prime Remaster.
The one thing.
The one time that they're like, here, have this one on us.
I will give them props. The Switch 2 Direct, the first one was the first time I, as a non-penis having person, truly knew what it felt like to be blue-balled. And
You're like, I
also
want
to have
more.
the boner die. Like, because the prices getting released afterwards, boy howdy, it was a collective boner kill for everyone.
It really did. It was like the hype was like so high. You could literally power an entire city for years to come with the amount of hype coming off that stream. Then literally it was like the clarity of this high finally faded away. And then you're like, oh, yeah, exactly. And you just were like, oh no.
Oh no.
When you saw those prices.
No.
Oh no. And then you hear everything else that came along with it. You're like, oh Jesus.
Like, it just got worse. It actively got worse.
It really did. It was a shit show. And I'm like, oh my God.
I was watching and reading this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to Riker about this.
I was so sad. I was like,
thoughts were, man, MineCast this week is gonna be crazy.
Exactly, and it was.
It really was.
I went to one of those special movie theaters where you can order food and saw Thunderbolts. I really enjoyed. Oh hell yeah! I was actually gonna ask if you had watched Thunderbolts, dude. Thunderbolts I heard was really good. I need to check it out.
I'm glad that it's good.
And what'd you end up eating?
Worried.
Pat, by the way. I know, right? With Marvel nowadays, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's like, was it good? Was it bad? I don't know. It really did. Riker didn't have a puppy. That's sad. No, I never did. Never had a fish. Never had a gopher. Never nothing. The only time we ever had an animal in the house.
You ever have a cat?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, here's the thing. Ultimately, and this is going to be where I'm like, I deviated a lot from the normal pet where most kids are like, I want a dog, I want a cat. I wanted a bunny rabbit. To this day, I still want a bunny rabbit. I want a bunny so goddamn bad. You have no idea.
They are creatures. I just want you
to
know
gremlins.
What you are getting into. If you ever need confirmation, talk to Max. He's owned rabbits.
I know. Trust me. I have seen them. I have seen the zoomies. I have seen the shit that they get up to, and they nom on. So like, I would have to do a lot of changing around my my stuff, but I would do it.
Oh, even if
those
you
little
change around your
floopers
stuff, there's still a very good chance that like your rabbit would like look at your cables and be like, "Yummy, free snack," or like, "I'm not supposed to do this."
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Exactly. They murk carpet. Yeah, that's what I've heard. They murk carpets, wires, and yeah, my blinds would be destroyed. But I'll take it because they're just little floofers of energy and derpy as fuck. I mean, I've seen so many videos of just them just being little gremlins and seeing the little thumpies and them being salty, and I'm like, that's funny.
Yes,
just seeing a bunny salty is hilarious.
At least they're not as traumatizing as guinea pigs. I did not know until like I had seen Quite's video on guinea pigs and like owning them, and how they just actively try to kill themselves like a lot, and it's like
Jesus Christ.
I just like, oh my gosh, why just why?
Wow, Jesus Christ. They just are like, nah man, I'm out.
Like,
let me out of this.
I respect the gumption, like, you know, same. They decide how they're going out of this bitch of an earth, but like
exactly. I'm making the active choice. Fuck you.
Just at the same
and they literally said they literally stuck the middle finger at Mother Nature, said, I'll die on my own accord. You can't stop me.
Yeah, they literally said, not if I do it first. Bad.
I want a popsicle. Damn, same though. It's hot, Rose. Rose flowers, you got some? I'm hot.
I could go for a popsicle now on. Like, even if it was
yeah.
Still fun.
guinea pigs have to have a partner or they get horribly depressed. It's the same with bunnies too. It's either you have to be really active with them or you
Yeah.
have to get them a partner because otherwise they will get very deeply depressed. They're also
Like,
very anxious creatures, but
yeah, not even just like with being the lonely thing. Like guinea pigs, just like they are just anxiety like personified.
exactly.
Yes.
Same with bunny rabbit. It's like why it's like if I ever got a rabbit, I'd have to stick around to wherever I live for X amount of years, because flying with them is nightmarish to the point where it's almost like you can't do it because they either you like sometimes you have to sedate them because they borderline will get that stressed and just
Yeah, they will
die.
just die. It's like, bro, like I relate, same. I understand. I see you. Real recognizes real, but at the same time,
Real,
like, what
exactly.
the fuck?
Please don't die on me on the airplane. You're
Yeah.
just like on your way to your next house. You're like, we made it to Japan. Thud.
Yeah.
No.
Rip Max's old router cable. Still trying to get justice put on Unagi. Yeah, Unagi, he's a
Not the
little
router.
deviant. I love him though. I like it when he comes in there to where Max is and just starts thumping because he's mad. Like he just thumps
It's
and then does the zoomies
exact.
and
That's
runs
why
out.
it's great. That's why that's my favorite part of seeing bunnies is that they get mad. They have like because they have a personality and they'll thump when they're mad, and it's funny because you're like, why? Why are you mad? Why are you looking at it?
Yeah, like what?
It's
Why are
just
you upset?
exactly. You live such a beautiful life. Why the f are you mad? Why are you salty?
Why are you?
You give them meds. Yeah, that's what I've heard. But even then, still, like bunnies are one of those things where they are such anxious creatures. It's really hard.
They're just like real.
For
Honestly, like not even joking. Let's see. Metroid Prime Remaster was a great deal. I wish there was a way to still wear the fusion suits though. I do appreciate Donkey Kong Bonanza
yeah,
being relatively fair priced.
same,
Not sure why it's
same.
cheaper, but hey, I'm not complaining. I was a strong Thunderbolts naysayer since I saw the roster they decided to go with, but with the positive reception it's been getting, I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. Haven't seen it, but I've heard not many bad things. But yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about it at all.
Yeah, neither have I.
Let's see. Gotta scroll way
And
up
that's
in pet pics to find the one mega angry Unagi. Oh yeah, there was a picture of Unagi where you could just like look at him like he is fucking pissed.
the anger was there. There was hatred behind those eyes. They may seem cute.
It was very cute, but also like, damn, this rabbit's pissed.
It's a very pissed off bun. Between my birthday meal and the food from the theater, I ended up with 3 days worth of left. Damn, that's pretty good.
We
I mean, shit, in this
love
economy,
leftovers. Like that is the one
exactly.
great thing with how America is, that is the one good thing with America right now. With how we are structured with things, we are a very big leftover culture. Because I know like a lot of people
Yeah.
coming in like, oh man, they're like, why are the portion sizes so big? And it's like some people who can eat that on their own, they're a little terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, but like it's made
It's scary.
it's made big with the intent that you will be taking
That you're gonna take it home.
and eating it as
Yeah.
another meal.
Exactly. You're stretching it out as much as you humanly can. We're not going like
Yeah,
maybe some people will, but I don't. I usually try to like space it out so I'm like, okay, I have a meal for X day, X day, X day, X day, so then you don't have to worry about meals for like a couple of days. It's great. It's nice.
Love
But outside of that, you're like, because I remember when I went to Italy, I'm like, oh man, dude, everything is like just so perfectly portioned, which is great if you're traveling. But I'm imagining if you're ever like, oh man, I want to eat out, but like I want to take some of this home. You're like, well, shit, there's no point because I can already eat all of it in one go.
Yeah, a few meals at restaurants make it as leftovers for me. I mean, I respect it. Like, I can't do that. But, like, I love me some leftovers.
Exactly. My dog gives me angry side eyes and huffs. That's funny. Bombastic side eye, criminal side eye. Also, it's on you, Koko.
What's on me? Oh, yes. Oh, according to the map, the last crystal star is... Wait, it can't be. I forgot what voice I've given. I'm so sorry.
I honestly, I don't remember any of the voices either, to be honest with you. Do you know how long it's been since we played this game?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
We still don't remember what the professor's name is.
Nah, then we're not gonna know either. If this is a way with the fact I'm having a stroke, call 911. I need assistance. My life alert's out of batteries. What was? Oh yeah. If what this map indicates is true, the location of the final crystal star is the moon. Yeah, that's right, bitches. We're going to the moon.
The moon? Isn't Princess Peach also on the moon?
I heard prison. I was like, what?
Princess Peach.
Yeah, Prison Peach. She's got like the fucking orange jumpsuit. God, what's that one show that's like the reality TV show where it's like Orange and Afraid or something? What was it called?
Naked and Afraid?
No. It's one where it's like about like people in prison. It's like something
Orange
orange.
is the New Black.
There it
It's
is.
not them being afraid of things. That was like them being in prison.
Oh, okay. It was something like that. I don't remember. It was something to that extent. I don't remember the show too well.
Scared Straight and mixing
Maybe.
it in with Orange.
Yeah, I think it might be because that was like
one of them was about a couple that was in lesbians with each other. The other is just using scare tactics to try to prevent wayward teens from being like doing bad things.
Exactly, because I know wasn't that the same person that or that show had the person who said, "Watch your profanity."
Watch out! Yeah, no, that was fucking Storage Wars.
Oh.
Oh my! You are mixing three entirely different shows together, Riker.
I don't know 2000 shows and 2010 shows too well.
Oh my gosh! But still.
I tried. Okay.
Yeah, an effort was made. That's for fucking sure.
That's for damn sure. Hey, the problem here is how does one get to the moon? Quite a conundrum. If only we could have a cylindrical, spherical thing that could launch super fast into the sky via combustion engines. If only.
Damn, that's crazy. Anyway.
Anyways, give me a moment to look into this. Excuse me, please. It shouldn't take too long. I think I have a book about this. Called Star Wars. You ever heard of Star Wars?
Y'all ever heard of Star Wars?
Looking into this may take a little time, so come back in a bit, alright?
I really don't remember how long this is supposed to be taking you, but
Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we're gonna dick around then.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, we got a tip from Zippy Toad. You want to do the Toad voice?
What's up, Super Sleuth? I heard you uncovered my imposter. You're the best, man. Seriously. See, when you get to be as big as a star as Zip Toad, these sorts of things happen all the time. It's the biz, but man alive. For a no-name like you to brave danger and find my imposter reminds me of a younger, yet less successful me. Yeah, so as for me, I'm headed to Toad Town to film my next leading role, the soon-to-be hit film on Golden Toad 2. It'll be big. I hear you're an adventurer or something, so I'll leave you with a line from my last flick, The Toad Warrior. You're cool, baby, but I'm cooler. Best of luck, kid. The superstar, the real Zip Toad.
I hate
him. I hate him. You know, normally I don't say I'm gonna pun a motherfucker, but I'm gonna pun a motherfucker.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Good night, Koko and Riker. Yo, good night, Stevie. Actually, I got one last joke
Good
to make before
night.
bed. Okay, never mind. He's got one last joke to make. Let's see. We always hear
Okay,
about
go for
leftover food, but without left under food. I watched it with Elena, and Orange is the New Black is an awful title. They should have called it How to Eat a Clam Through a Jumpsuit.
Oh my god. That was perfect. I loved it.
Piccolo, that is foul, but that was actually pretty good. I can't fucking
That was foul, but damn, you know what? I gotta give you credit where credit is due. That was pretty damn good.
Yes. So Stevie's leaving us with for our current dilemma with the finding the crystal star. Time to make like Nintendo's prices and go to the moon.
Whoa!
Respectable.
I'm pissing on the moon. You hear that, Obama?
Yeah. You hear that, Obama? I'm pissing on the moon.
On the moon. Oh my god. Oh, so because of my birthday, I recently realized I've been hanging out on Twitch and doing whatever it is I do for like 5 years now. Holy shit, really? So since like the pandemic time, holy shit. I feel like that's a lot of people though, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that really has been a lot of us though.
You know, and it's also another thing too. I don't know if you felt the same way about it. Like, there's so little of us from that time frame because VTubers from that era have like either pretty much either gotten canceled, left, or became big.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few of us that are like small but still kicking. Excuse me, still kicking.
The same shit I've been doing since 2017, and that's whatever I want, baby.
How do I do this?
You
fuck?
have to like, yeah, sit there. There you go. You already got it though. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm here all week.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Piccolo. That was pretty good.
Exactly. High fives all around.
High fives all around, truly, in this economy.
Exactly. So what am I supposed to do?
I mean, you could ask Goombella.
Oh, you're right. Hold on. Let me talk to Goombella.
Yeah, you don't have to get her out.
Get your ass out.
You could use the one
I
button.
don't?
Isn't it like Y or something? Like talk to her, or plus or minus while like she's not in the party, like to bring it up. You know, it's like that one quick button that's not a menu button that you can press while. There you go.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the professor's done by now. Let's speak with him again. Alright, cool. So I guess we
What?
just had to walk out and then walk back in.
What the fuck? What was the point of it? Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, you can get this now finally.
Oh, hold on. Wait, wrong button. Hold up. Wait. Yes! Hello? Hello? There we go. Hey! Oh, it's Toadette. There you go. Let's have fun.
Yes. Hi again, it's me, Toadette. Nice to meet. Or hi, it's me again. It's me again, Toadette. Nice to see you again. Way to find the Ultra Hammer. Now your hammer will have even more attack power. And you can use a new hammer technique. Let's practice it right away. It's just like with the Super Hammer, so no problem. Hold down B and rotate L until your body gets twisty. Then release B to use your Ultra Hammer. Really the exact same thing. Remember to twist a lot before you release.
Oh, am I supposed to hit the button again?
No. Way to go! You got it.
Okay.
Are you clear on the controls? Alright, you've mastered the Ultra Hammer. Using your Ultra Hammer, you can even break blocks made out of stuff like this. Swing it around like normal to break smaller stuff, but use the method I taught you to break bigger things, okay?
Let's go! Wait, can I go down to the thing first?
For that. And you can use the Ultra Hammer in battle, too. This is kind of sad. This is the last time I'll get to see you, Mario. Definitely save the princess, okay? And be careful on your quest, okay?
Goodbye, Toadette. We'll never see you again.
She runs
Get
off
out of here.
crying. Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
So
Get out of here. You stink.
Wow, don't you fucking talk to my daughter like that.
Listen, I'm not saying it. I'm saying it as Mario.
Yeah, well, you know, you're the one giving him the voice right now, and Mario would never say that about Toadette because she's nice and cool and we love her. So, fuck her.
Let me see, actually, to level these up. Wait. Oh, wait, I can only rank this to level 2. Wait, maybe, actually. Okay, may I ask, Koko, who is the best to rank up right now for these?
Okay, hold on, go back up to the top. Let's see, so Goombella gets Rally Wink, which will increase your turn by 1. Okay, that's not bad. Shell Slam to attack all ground enemies. Okay, I guess. Dodgy Fog, which will... Okay, so that's basically like, if you do it, you'll get like a Repel Cape effect, which, not bad, not bad.
Okay.
Be able to use Stampede to attack all ground enemies. So he summons a bunch of giant Yoshis for that, and it'll hit anything on the ground, but you have to hit like a certain button sequence for that, if I recall correctly. He'll be able to use Infatuate to confuse all enemies, which status effects we know are nice. And then Bobbery, he'll be able to use Bob-omb Blast to attack all enemies. Okay, so yeah, you'll basically be able to hit everything. It really depends on your playstyle. Like, Rally Wink's a good one. Bobbery's is good.
I'll do this one. I'll do a bit of both, because I have 2 opportunities to level up.
Yeah. Don't be mean to Toadette. Exactly, Kaiser. Exactly.
Damn.
Don't be mean
I guess
to
that's
Toadette
how it'd be.
Ever. Doesn't deserve that. Okay, so I have to draw this bird out. This one might hurt the eye.
So you said Rally... You know what? How about this? We do Rally Wink, and then we do Bobberies. I think that would be an equal split. So one that's an effect, and then one that's a move, like an attacking move.
Yeah.
So a bit of both.
As long as you remember
until I get more.
As long as you remember to use it.
I will.
Will not.
Wow. Be a little faith.
You've forgotten sometimes, Riker.
Sometimes, not always. Have a little faith in me.
I have a tiny amount.
Exactly.
Rather small.
What's rather small? I hate it here.
I'm sorry, you walked right into that one, bud. Like,
I guess I did. I hate it here. Don't you guys just hate it here sometimes?
like I'm sorry. Like, you brought this upon yourself, my friend.
Did I? Did I really?
Yes, yes, you did. Yes, you really did.
How so?
Make it so easy. So easy.
I feel like that's... You didn't have to. You could have just been
Oh,
like, you know, I could.
Yeah, no, I could have, but then also, you remember those times, Riker, where you were purposefully doing things just to see if I would notice and get upset, like with how you were acting, like like a dumbass, like, oh yeah, you remember those? You remember those? Because I do. So what I'm hearing is a little bit of like, karma. As a treat.
I hate it. As a treat.
You are booing me because I'm right.
Yeah, boo, boo, tomato, 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 boo.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt me. These shades.
Damn. We failed, guys. We failed. We'll get them next time. Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Actually, I'm curious, though. Are you excited for any, like, upcoming games?
Not really, but I'm also not thinking about buying anything right now. So, like, that's probably
That's
fine.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like, I have games to play at home, and,
I'll play.
I'm actually
I
trying to
get
work
home.
through them, like, because I was sitting here thinking, like, oh, man, maybe if I, like, go put my cash that I have in the bank, like, I could go get the Oblivion remaster, which, like, the Oblivion remaster looks cool, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I have Oblivion Game of the Year Edition with the DLC that I haven't even finished yet, because I've played regular Oblivion, but I've never played the DLC, so it's like, I might as well just fucking play that instead of buying a remaster,
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, it's like just one
Doom,
of those
the Dark
things.
Ages. Oh, sorry, go for it.
I was just saying, like, yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, there's not really anything out there that's interesting me right now, but also, like, I don't know. I also just don't want it to end up like another Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, I bought the game and I was so excited to play it at first, but, like, I just... Like, it's never kept... It hasn't been keeping my attention like Monster Hunter Worlds or Rise even. Like, I haven't even beaten the main story. I'm in, like, maybe chapter 3. What do you mean you didn't play the DLC? Why do you... Piccolo, I literally said this when I started the playthrough on Twitch. I literally said this! Shivering House is one of the best game DLCs of all time. Like, Piccolo, you were there when I said it! I know you were drunk, but come on!
Come along. Doom, the Dark Ages comes out, like, next week. Oh, really? Shit. That's actually kind of cool. That's a good one. I know for me, as much as I, like, will chagrin at the fact that I'm having to pay as much as I am, I'm still really excited for Mario Kart World. I'm not gonna lie. That's also because we haven't had a new Mario in, like, actually almost a decade, and that hurt my soul knowing that that was actually the case until World was announced.
Which, I mean, like, I don't know, like, I would have been fine with not having a new Mario game, because, like, Mario Kart 8, pretty solid entry.
Well, it's a pretty solid entry.
Like,
I just think I was like, man, I'm just itching.
It's been ported 500 billion times, but also, like, real talk, I think we slept on Mario Kart 7 a little too much.
It was all right. Like, I still believe it's one of the most all right games. It's not bad per se, but it's also like one of the more forgettable ones. I think the most forgettable, I'd say hands down bar none, was the GBA one. Period.
Yeah, like, I think we just slept a little too hard on the DS ones, both 3DS and regular DS. Like, those were some
DS
solid.
It's so good.
Solid games, and
they were so good.
I think we may need to revisit.
I think my only problem with the DS one is because it's on a D-pad. I think it would have done much better with a circle pad.
Yeah.
I think that was what was holding it back, because otherwise it was such a good game. but it was just that D-pad that really, I think, took a lot of players out of it. And I can agree with it where I'm like, dude, it's rough. It's rough to play a game that's like very much a 3D game with a D-pad.
I don't get drunk anymore. I must have been distracted. Oh, I thought you were drinking. Maybe you were high. I don't know. Like, I think you were partying.
And then I got high.
Yeah, I just figured you were partying, and like that's why. But like, yeah, no, I did talk about this though. Like, that's the whole reason why I started the playthroughs. Cause like, oh yeah, everyone out here's playing Oblivion Remastered. It's like we have Oblivion at home that I need to finish.
I mean, that's kind of the same with me with Bravely Default. I have Bravely Default at home. My only problem is I have no means of streaming it.
It always point to camera at your console.
Oh god, I did that many moons. Like I was gonna say that when I did my retrospective when I was at my 1K followers like special, I literally showed off a video. It was me back in the day, literally pointing a literal DSLR camera right at a 3DS. It looked like trash, but that's how I started. And I'm like, boy, do I just want better quality now. I think it would drive me nuts trying to do that again. I think I would lose it very slowly.
I haven't been drunk in about 4 months now. I still have a drink or two to help my meds hit, but beyond that, I've been doing pretty good. Hell yeah, man! That's fucking awesome
let's
to
go.
hear. Yeah, no,
Let's go.
Then it has to just be how you normally act, Piccolo. I just normally assume on a Friday night you're partying or turning up one way or another.
And I was like, wow!
So I apologize for that. But yeah, no, yeah, on Friday, that's why I said like I was starting the entire thing because like, oh, I've never played. Or I have the DLC for this one still, so we're just gonna fist fight. That's very fair, Lamau. Respectable though. I'm very glad to hear that though. Very, very happy to hear that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, nah. So yeah, I've never played Shivering Isles. I've beaten Oblivion though, and I think I will enjoy it even more now because I just playing an unarmed character. I didn't think would be this fun in Oblivion, but it. Really
You're not ready for the joys.
Oh no, it's pretty fucking fun.
Let me see. Oh, actually, really quickly, I'm gonna read something. Yeah, it's been one hell of a journey. It all started with you and Koko. I probably said this before, but I likely would have never joined the VTuber community if, in the first place, if I hadn't met you two. I will always be grateful to you both for that. Hey, well, I appreciate you too, Bats, and thank you for coming in and like giving a shot with me. I feel like this. I've always said this many times over that there are very few people from my early days that are still around and kicking. Not in like a negative way, just more in the sense of like, before I was a VTuber, I was very much a faceless streamer that mainly did Nintendo games, but it was a lot of like, random nonsense that I was just feeling in the moment. And a lot of it was Wii. And I kind of felt like it's come full circle because I'm back to playing Wii games, so oops. But
yeah, oopsie poopsie.
Exactly, but I think ultimately it's such a different experience, and I think this is why I always say I kind of miss that era of Twitch where it wasn't just only the people sometimes are like, oh man, the money was greater than, sure, but it's also just I think the people were better too as a whole. I don't know, maybe that's just me where I feel like everyone was so much like calmer, everything was so like nice, it was all fun.
I think it was like the honeymoon phase of it all. Because like you really got to see after that honeymoon phase stopped a lot of people's true colors, and there were some and there still are some people that are platformed that fucking after they got called out for what they did, they really should have just been excommunicated from the community. And I say this is like, oh, I don't know why they would still be allowed in here. No, I do know why. It's fucking clout. They've either accumulated enough clout or like, know people enough that like they could just justify some like real heinous shit. Like,
yeah, they could just get away with doing some like real crap shit and like literally treat people like literal dumpster fires and still be like, well, look, I'm sorry. And then be like, oh no, look, he's sorry. It's like, nah, motherfucker, you treated people like trash and you're out here really being like, ah, yeah, I got away, tee-hee.
Like, there's only really 2 people I know off my memory that got truly excommunicated, and that was Jen, the person who made the original, React program, for VTube, like PNG tubers, and, Saluna, who was that one bat space goddess VTuber that came trying to come back, like, as multiple different things. That was an absolute sex pest. I think those are the only 2 off my memory that were truly and actually driven out of the community. And oh yeah, maybe TV was taken too, like a third. people weren't allowing him to come
Well-
back, but I think he's still a fucking cockroach trying to, you know, stick around. But like, there have been some people I know that I used to like really like, and then it came out that like they did some real sketch shit, and the past was not that long ago, and it just seems like magically they were kind of just forgiven, and it's like, what the actual shit? Like,
Again, people just get away with some shit. I mean, it's really crazy how easy it is. I mean, the only reason I'm trying to think of anyone else who's been excommunicated to that degree. I know there's one big one that I remember that was really in with a lot of people, and they then got like kicked out because they were just really just horrible,
Yeah.
just terrible human being, and they did like fully get excommunicated. And then, I mean, obviously the only more recent one that I can think of is obviously the big one that everyone's talking
honestly,
about.
I don't
that I'd be
think
like-
Cinder's gonna be fully removed. I'm just saying, I'm calling it right now. I don't think she's
It's
gonna be
real-
fully removed. Like, she has been dropped from shit,
It's
but she's gonna pull a fucking Dr. Disrespect or something.
I don't think that it's possible because of just how bad of a response it was from like the level of vitriol. Even and again, this is like me. I'm not like here to be like, oh, I will talk about it till the cows come home, or like I have my stake in the matter. I usually don't talk about this stuff, but I just think it's so insane to the degree that I have seen a person like literally try to drag their friends through the mud. It is insane.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
I
I
think
know
the
another
biggest-
one who hasn't gotten excommunicated that's still fucking around for as much as they've been called out for being a foul person. That Falter XB person, the really toxic femboy guy that like has doxed people and has potentially led to someone killing themselves.
Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, no, he still exists around. Like, I mean, he doesn't have big support, but he still exists, which is like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't
Um,
foresee Cinder going through the same thing. Like, I think there's gonna be some people that will still support her afterwards, and if anything, we'll put this down on the potential bingo checkboard. Potential grifting might start to appease the intolerant, right?
I don't know.
Like, I'm putting it up
I
there as a
will-
potential because I remember the Powder and Kirsch thing too, like how, you know, oh, they immediately went with grifting, and I mean, Kirsch is a mod for an actual Nazi, like someone who genuinely believes the Nazi ideology and making jokes in his chat, and, you know, posed her like U2's figure next to a book of actual like Nazi symbolism.
Fucking hell.
Like, at this point, it doesn't matter if she truly believes what she says or not. Like, she's pushing that, and that's the kind of audience she is, you know.
That's even if that's a joke, that's a slippery slope
and
you're playing
This
there.
is why I said earlier when we were starting stream, like, the whole people getting comfortable with, you know, like, Nazism getting really comfortable. And, you know, I think we need to start reminding people, you know, that shit's not cool in our country. And don't feel bad about punching Nazis. It's morally alright. Like, I'm sorry.
Literally
you see someone
become-
striking a Heil Hitler and wearing an armband? Oh, you absolutely. It is your right as a patriotic American to sucker punch that cunt.
I was gonna make the joke of, hey, just become GI Robot from fucking Creature Commando.
Exactly. Like, yeah, don't let them feel fucking comfortable. They may think because of, you know, current powers and, you know, position that they are comfortable to do so. Do not give them a place anywhere to feel comfortable. Call that shit out. Do what you gotta do to get that shit to stop. Do not let Nazis feel comfortable anywhere. I don't care if they're doing it to be edgy or if they seriously believe it. Do not let that shit have comfort.
Boy, my brain just farted on me. Hold on.
Nah, it's all good. Take a second.
Oh, ultimately, that's insane that was even happening in the first place in our community, which is like, Jesus Christ. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
even then, I don't
like,
even call it.
that's why, like, you know, people were dropping gamer subs because of Kirsch. And then, like, that's why Rin Penrose, who actually dropped, like, gamer subs, and she had announced that, you know, she was dropping a sponsorship from them, and people were like, oh, why are you announcing this? Why do you care? Like, they were getting really upset with her, and it's like, bitch, she has the right to do that. It's a major sponsor of her channel that she is suddenly no longer being sponsored by. She's not just gonna like say like, oh, just casually drop that in chat. Also, doing it on a platform as YouTube where not many people would be seeing it compared to like her Twitter would be like a very underhanded move, and that's what it boils down to. People are getting upset that people are making these announcements on platforms that will get traction instead of keeping it to themselves so that they don't have to bitch about it. What were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh, yes. That honestly, now that I think about it, the VTubing scene as a whole has stopped being a community a long time ago.
Honestly, I'd be willing to argue it wasn't even really much of a community. Like, when it first started, it just had the more of appearance of it because it was new and upcoming. Again, honeymoon puppy dog love stage.
Pretty much with a lot of it. I mean, and just the bar to entry as well has also, like, I've talked about it in the past a little bit, and I have nothing against people who, like, obviously charge what they charge. It's, like, literally charge what you want to charge, and ultimately, it's a valid price. The amount of work and effort that goes into it is justifiable. But I just feel like trying to find anything that is... I mean, there are things nowadays, especially, like, nowadays, more specifically now. But for a hot minute there, it was hard to find things that were, like, relatively... Like, for, let's say you want to get into it, it was a lot harder to find a model. You could totally get away with doing PNG, and I highly recommend doing it because I think it's the best way to get into this scene, ultimately. But if you're hell-bent on getting a model, it was kind of hard to find one that was I say reasonably priced, that was on the cheaper end of things. There wasn't that middle ground.
To disagree a bit, but that's also just more coming from the basis of what people, like, dictate as being the, price of entry for streaming, VTubing and streaming as a whole, honestly.
Well, yes, VTubing and streaming as a whole, it's kind of hard, because you can obviously just go in with, like, a mic and OBS and you're done, and a computer. And phone it in, call it a day, you've done it.
Like, nothing says that, and this is one thing that's always kind of bothered me with a lot of people in the VTubing community, nothing has ever said that you need to have, like, the best model or, like, the best computer setup or anything like that. Because if this is something
not at all.
Sorry, I had to retract my camera. Because, like, if this is something you're not going to actually keep to, there's definitely no point in investing a bunch of money into something that you're just going to drop in 3 months. Which we saw a lot of people coming in. But it was that whole, like, expectation that people in the community themselves were building up and saying, like, oh, this is the bar of entry. No one ever... And they were basing it off of corpos who have backing.
Yeah, and I feel like that was that was the biggest problem, and I feel like that's... And I'm glad that a lot of the idol stuff has started to fade away. I'm like, thank fucking God. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Like, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against idol culture, by the way. I'm not saying that all of it is bad. There are parts of it that I'm like, okay, it's not all bad. A lot of it is bad. It's not all bad. But ultimately, some of the concepts that we were integrating into the community as a whole, again, community, was just bad. And I was like, I never subscribed to it, and I've always kind of felt like, man, I feel left out in a way, but I was like, I'm kind of glad I stuck with my guns, personally, now that we've kind of gotten over it, for the most part. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, like,
it's great.
I just never really agreed with a lot of the bars of entry that people would set on for things, quote unquote. Like, Powder being a prime example. I never knew of her until I saw this clip of her trying to, like, saying this dumbass fucking take. Like,
what was the take, actually?
It was the take of, like, oh, like, you need to be presenting as, like, single and, like, never, if you have a partner, never tell about it or else you won't be a successful VTuber. And it's like, here, I'll even pull it up from Twitter to read my response because it had me fucking heated. Because this was before she even, like, tried to accuse somebody of stealing her, like, design, even though, like, this other person had their design first, and, like, the only thing that was literally similar was white hair and the color purple views. But say what you say while I look for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, has anybody ever heard of the VTuber named Rose Doodle? I know she's divorced now. She was pretty... I can't say I've heard of her. Yeah, so, Rose Doodle, great VTuber, great content creator, love her. Genuinely fun person. I don't know her personally. I've only seen her content, mind you. I'm not saying I know her. But she has been very open about the fact that she had a husband. Granted, she's divorced now, and she's been very open about that as well. To an extent, obviously for personal reasons and privacy reasons. But the fact that she did well enough with a husband can clearly show you don't need to do that. The idea of being like, oh, you have to present yourself as single, I think is just stupid. You don't have to. It is a choice. It's ultimately what you want to do with your relationship, because it is your decision as well as your partner's decision to have a conversation, be like, hey, do I want to take my private life and be able to put it into the limelight a little bit?
Yeah.
I can see why some people don't do it, or it tends to be that they don't talk about it, because obviously in a lot of ways we have seen time and time again, I mean, early YouTube has been a great example of that sometimes publicizing your relationship doesn't end well. And when it does end, because hey, life happens, that's just how it goes, can be problematic and can cause a lot of issues and a lot of infighting within your community. So a lot of people just say, I'll just avoid it.
That's understandable. This was not one of those cases, because now that I'm finding up the tweet, I'm getting more pissed again, but remembering it, because this is also a fucking, grifting neo-Nazi bitch. No, it was the fallout of showing off your relationship by making your fans feel ostracized and lonely. So here was my response to this clip that went viral, and that this was my first impression of this person ever, and just made me, it put her on the shit list. And I was like, Fallout, I'm sorry, but if you lose fans because they can't handle the fact you as a streamer have a partner, they're not really a fan to begin with. Being lonely sucks, but if you feel bad seeing a VTuber talk about their partner, that's on you and you need to work on that. It might not be tomorrow or the next day, it might take a while, but work on yourself and you'll find someone eventually. I'd never pretend that Axel wasn't my man just to fade into some parasocial horse shit. That's weird and gross on several levels. It was so fucking weird.
It is very weird.
Can't wait for the infighting in Koko's community once Axel and I announce our relationship. Piccolo, I will destroy you. And I will take your wife, but I will destroy you first.
Bet.
Or I'll take her first, and then I will destroy you so that you can see.
Which is shitty, and that's why I personally don't, I agree with you with the sense of, it's really just insane that people even think that you have to do this, or that there's an issue if you do say that you're in a relationship. Because again, it's not a problem. If you want to bring it public, more power to you if you want to do it. Seriously, go for it.
All between you and your partner. That is something
exactly, but it's ultimately a conversation.
If they are your fans, they will like you and respect you regardless. And if they have a problem with it, they were never a fan to begin with. But no, it was that kind. And honestly, that probably should have been a big sign to a lot of people that Powder was going to turn into the fucking grifting way that she was, because she was definitely feeding into that parasocial idol culture that some people think that VTubers need to be, and that whole forced bar of entry that literally no one ever, there's no official rules for VTubing or streaming ever, so you do what you want.
There's no official, no, absolutely not. But I feel like the reason that the bar has been set that way is because the more corporatization of everything.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
As much as corpos brought VTubing to the West, they also did put on this really weird ass
expectation
set of expectations. But she was pulling shit like that. So again, not surprised she's out here calling people the R word and grifting to the right.
Jesus.
Sucking Donald Trump's cock. Not surprised.
It's insane.
It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild how much people will debase themselves for money. Because
exactly.
I don't care how much money it is, you have to keep in the long run. That shit's gonna follow your digital footprint forever. Even if you come back and say even if you came out and admit I didn't
it was just a joke.
Anything I was saying, you're admitting to people that you're willing to do whatever it takes to make a buck. So anyone who who would normally believe you and probably support you will not support you now.
That you're morally
people
flexible.
Who did support you will get upset because you were lying to them this entire time and taking their money.
You have no morality, no common decency, and no.
It's definitely the thing of when you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. It's one of those things. Sorry about that. That was just a little ramble because I just remembered it. And it's honestly.
No, you're good. You're good.
Powder and I will name drop. I do name drop shitty VTubers.
I know who you're. I know who you're referring to because I actually followed them on Instagram many moons ago. This was back during the early days of VTubing, and when I saw this shit, I was like, nope.
Yeah, no.
I immediately said, I'm out.
And then I saw the shit where she tried to accuse somebody of stealing her design, which literally, again, this person had their design first, and the only things that were similar were white hair, purple horns. That's it. They looked
And I feel like that's
distinctively different side by side. This wasn't like the person that traced Shy Lily's, or that like had their artist like, you know, give the same shadow as Shy Lily's model. Like,
yeah.
oh my god.
No, that's like more clear. But I think that's the thing is that when it comes to, and I think it's because VTubing innately has that sense of like, I don't know how to put it, like creative element where you're making your own model and you have a design in your own head. You kind of get this attachment to it to the degree where you're almost like blindsided by like, oh, someone else did this. That means they're stealing from me. When it's in reality, it's like, dude,
yeah, and
people come to the same conclusion all the time. That's welcome to creative.
Yeah.
Welcome to the creative medium.
and I
Like
think
that's gonna happen.
that, like, the whole revert, like, opposite same energy of that is also another problem with the VTuber community, where they see something getting so popular design-wise that then, like, 500 billion people, and I only remember this because of the Shy Lily thing I just said, because after Shy Lily started, like, really popping off, we started seeing this whole, like, giant formation of VTubers that were, like, orca hybrids, and it's like...
Or aquatic, yeah.
Yeah.
Or aquatic themed, yeah. I noticed that there's like usually like a phase where it's like, I think it was first it was cat girls, then it was wolf girls, then it became like demons for a while.
Yeah, like being like the trend of it. And it's like, bro, just stick to a design you actually like. Don't make it a fucking trend. That's so cringe. Don't follow trends. Just be what you are. Be
And I think it's also because a lot of the
who
big
you are.
I think the trends also happen because a lot of the big VTubers, especially the biggest ones, like I'm not blaming Iron Mouse for this, mind you, like she has the money to spend on this. A lot of people will take like the idea of like, oh shit, she has so many models. I should get a ton of models. I should have all these different designs. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, which also, like,
Don't do
Iron
that.
Mouse has a reason to do it, which I never got it. I
Exactly.
didn't know it first because I did not know Iron Mouse until, like, someone had told me, like, she has a lot of models because she is pretty much homebound with her disease. And she can't really do much. Like, that's what she does to, like, you know, try on different outfits and things like that. And I think, like, oh, that's really cool.
That's cute and it's wholesome.
Yeah.
But she has the money and the means to do it. And so I'm like, that's a horrible comparison to do for yourself, is when you're comparing yourself to that level to someone of that degree. Not because it's like, oh, they're more amazing or whatever. It's just because they have the capital to do so. You need to set your bar to a very specific level to where you are at the moment. Because maybe you could get there. Maybe you could be able to make a couple of different models, be able to get a bunch of different stuff. And that's cool. Go for that if that's what you want to do. But try to be like, hey, think within your means. Don't try to go overboard, because ultimately you're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to spend too much money on a thing that maybe you may not even end up doing or even consistently doing for a long period of time, or even may drop at a certain amount of time. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Kaiser, what you said. I think the major thing about a VTuber is more or less that any would be an entertainer. You have to be entertaining or likable in some way. Exactly. So, like, you can put all the money in and get all this shit, which people were, like, saying, like, oh, this is what you need to do to be successful. Like, no. Success is built on a modicum of things. I'm using the proper word. Like, it's
content creation is such
luck.
a hard thing to quantify.
It's mostly always gonna be luck. But then
there's a lot of luck involved.
Yeah, like, that's like 90% of it, and then I'd say like 10 or 5% rest, so it might be like 90-95, and then the 10 or 5% is like just hitting like covering a certain niche and just being entertaining. Like, and that doesn't mean you have to copy anybody to be entertaining. Like,
no, you can do your own thing, and I feel like you find your own voice.
I gesture right here at me. I'm funny as fuck. I know that. This is one of the few things I will say I'm confident in. Now, would I be good for stand-up? No, but I'm good for doing things like this. Just coming in, talking, and doing whatever for whatever time I want.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Hold on, let me turn them up for a bit. Hold up. I think they might be low. Thank you, by the way.
What you turned up?
I'm turning you up.
Oh, don't turn me up, man. Then they have to hear me. I just got done saying, man, I'm entertaining and great. And then it's like, no, don't let them hear me. Don't curse them like this. But yeah, no, so it's like, yeah, I never understood the self-imposed, like, the community, it felt like like a family at first, because it was still new and thing, and no one knew what they were doing, and it was like one of those things where it's like, we're all just kind of there. It's like when a new game drops. Like, you know, we're
Exactly.
like, and there's like a
There's a camaraderie.
multiplayer. Like, there's always like a camaraderie with it. But then after a while, like,
Yeah,
you know,
camaraderie.
everyone starts to know what they're doing, and then people like the metas form and all
Everyone
that
goes,
shit,
yeah.
and it's like, yeah. So no,
Yeah, I mean
like,
it's
it
the
was,
reality of it.
yeah, it was the idea of we're all friends and we're all in this thing together, paired with
We're all
some non-existent bars of entry that people were forcing in on themselves and potentially others because of the fact
Pretty
that
much.
certain VTubers that are corporate based, that were our prime like examples of what a VTuber is, you know, were there, and then just like people really just started showing their true colors. Like, people graduating and then
Exactly.
coming back on the same account that had 20,000 followers, not because they missed VTubing, but because, or not because, like, you know,
To refresh their brand,
yeah, to
essentially.
refresh the brand, honestly. Like, you know, you could have made a new account if you really wanted
Yeah,
to
you
make a
could've
new character, but no, you came in specifically back on that 20k follower account because you got 20k followers. Don't lie to fucking anybody.
Exactly.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
I would name drop that
Exactly.
VTuber, but I don't even remember what her name is anymore.
I don't. I think I know who you're referring to.
Oh,
I
I
don't
think
remember.
you know. Yeah, no, she used to be a noni. Like, and I really liked her like seasonal design. Like, it was very cool and cute.
Yeah, I think I know
like
who
some
you're talking
cherry
about then.
blossom thing, and it's like, or cat or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. And it's like good for
I
them, I
don't-
guess. But like, also, yeah, no, you knew exactly what you were doing coming back to that now.
Yeah, exactly.
You damn well.
You knew. I think most people have learned you don't want to date other content creators or people who might want to become creators for your success. True.
Yeah.
But in general, I think it's just like it's a kind of a shit show when it comes to relationships and online content creation. I think that's why people tended to avert from it, was because of that sense of like, well, now you're allowing people in, and that adds a whole other layer of issues that you now have to then, you know, like navigate through in a meaningful way. And that's hard. That's hard, man. I think just most people just don't even want to deal with it. They just throw up their hand and say, I'm just not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, which, I mean, I am pretty open about a lot of things in my life. Like, I'm not giving people my fucking address and telling you guys exactly, like, my last name and, you know, all that.
Well, yeah,
I'm never
obviously.
gonna do that. But,
Yeah.
like, I'm very open about, like, you know, my relationship status. I've done schoolwork on stream. I've typed up an essay. Literally, like,
You know, you're more
on stream. Like, I will do
Exactly.
things like that because I believe in being that open. I'm not one to be a character, which is why, like, playing a character and, oh gosh, low battery, Riker! Low battery!
Yeah, I know.
Oh no!
Listen,
Low
I can swap.
Save it!
Don't worry, I can swap Joy-Cons. I can join. I can switch to a different Joy-Con. Don't worry.
Save it, Riker! It's dying!
Okay. We'll continue it. I'll be really quick about this. Let me read this like last couple of bits. By the way, what's up, Foxy Roxy? How you doing? How you been? Welcome in. But I'm glad you two were the first VTubers I ended up becoming friends with. Because you're both been really nice to me since pretty much the beginning, and I'll forever appreciate that. Well, hey, I appreciate you too, Pat. Seriously, for as much as like. You know, as much as I miss as many of the older fans, I appreciate anyone who's stuck with me, because that's a level of dedication. Because I get it, like, you know, sometimes you may fall out of love with people, or maybe just in general, you just don't watch that kind of content anymore. So I get it.
Yeah, or just
Like,
sometimes
not-
life
and-
happens and you just
Happens,
don't really
yeah.
watch things anymore. That's why I'm always excited
Yeah.
whenever I see people who haven't been here in like 5 years. I'm so
Exactly,
happy
like,
to
oh,
see that.
shit!
Like, it's like, bro, I'm
Exactly.
glad you're alive.
I know, right? I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Where you been? So whenever someone who's been consistently here those many years, I have nothing but respect and admiration, because the fact that you wanted to commit to being here is just beautiful. Why is Riker winking at us? I am not intentionally trying to wink at you.
Nah, he's
That's
doing it
my bad.
intentionally. He's out here trying to create a parasocial relationship with you guys.
Sure, I'm trying to riz my chat. Yeah, okay. The
Yes, you are.
non-existent riz I don't have.
But no, I just, yeah, no, I cannot get behind the idea of playing a character and being someone I'm not. And
No.
also, like, the parasocialism. Which, fun fact,
Which
I had actually had a conniption with myself about not playing the character that, you know, Koko is. And that actually gave me imposter syndrome for, like, a day or so. Because I was, like, really,
Yeah.
like, panicking, like, oh gosh, am I lying to people? Because I'm not doing, like, you know, what, I'm not her? And it's like, no, she's just an extension of me. I
Gonna
am
be-
who
yeah.
I am, even if I have, like, lore and stuff built out for Koko and, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
But she's, like, more like a puppet I speak through. I don't get
Exactly.
playing a character and trying to put on this persona and then making yourself end up feeling imposter syndrome because you're playing something you're not. And like,
Yeah.
this is coming from someone who loves roleplay. Like, role playing is cool and fun.
It can be fun. Exactly.
It can be
D&D,
very fun.
fantastic.
Like D&D Pathfinder, I adore tabletops with RP elements and RP elements in games. But like, just when it comes to streaming, yo, Sick, what's poppin'? And Macy, how are you guys doing? Welcome. But
Hey!
yeah, like just like playing a character in the whole parasocialism that people were really trying to push a lot because of what corpos do in VTubing was really fucking cringe. I will say that first and foremost. I
was
really
sucky.
think anything super like duper friendly, like overtly friendly and like familial in early VTubing 2020 was just literally just the fact that it was new.
I would say so. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think one of my biggest things about like all of this is that I think I had the same thing where I had an imposter syndrome, and it's because to me I had built my character in a way where it was an extension of me. Because some people usually make, like, I've had friends who have made characters that are like as far away from them as humanly possible because they're like, I want it to be separate. Like, I want my character to be one thing and I want me to be me. And I'm like, that's totally fine. If you want to do that, go for it. And I think for me, at least, I was like, I can't do that because ultimately I don't want to act. Like, I can act, I can be, like, if I want to be a voice actor, shit, I'll do it. But I don't want to act on camera like this, where I feel like this is supposed to be a much more personal experience, a much more, like, direct experience with me. So I would feel very disingenuous if I was, like, putting on an act every single time I came on camera. And I've had that situation where I had a little bit of imposter syndrome when I was, like, almost having to pretend to be me.
It fucks you a little bit.
Because it really does fuck with you, because you have, like, a sense of, like, personal identity that's lost. You're just like, am I me? Am I this character? Am I, like, you know, it really gets to you. And so I stopped doing it and I started being me, and I found myself to be a lot happier doing it. And I'm glad that that's one of the things that I think as VTubing has gone along, they just stopped doing. Like, it doesn't feel like you need to have this character, because I think back in the early days, it very much felt like if you didn't do it, it was a very, like, odd thing. You were like one of the outsiders in a sense of like, oh, you're the outside the norm of what you normally do for VTubing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, dude, that's like the 99.9% of the things that you do.
Yeah, but yes. Hello, Koko and Riker. How goes the Mario in the One Door? It's going, Macy. As you can see, we are
going
making
pretty
great
good.
progress in 3
I know, right? Fantastic
I'm not
progress.
alive. Death is just too scared to come take me. Speaking of people who haven't come in a bit, or haven't been here in a bit. Hello, yes, Adasic. Hope you've been well, man. Hey, some
What's
weed
up?
went missing. I knew this fucker was around. Nice.
I knew you were alive.
Yes. It's like how people think Scott the Woz is this chaos goblin, but that's just a character. He's a normal, chill guy, and we have to realize that content creators and VTubers are creating a heightened version of a fictional persona. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, yeah, you could argue that, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I don't know if you, well, I know you have said you're introverted. I'm also very introverted as well. So to me, I let a lot of my extroversion come out through my streams, and I like talk. I'm very like conversationalist, but ultimately when I'm off camera sometimes, dude, I have no energy, and I'm like, I feel really guilty sometimes when I'm like, and I'll admit I'm bad at texting people back sometimes. And it's not that I don't care, it's not that I don't want to, it's because my energy level for like social interaction is just very low to begin with. I need that opportunity to just like, hold on, let me recharge, let me like take a second to do my stuff IRL. I will be literally right back to you. Because I ultimately try to be at least consistent about responding back, even if it's within a day's period.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I'm the same way. Like I'm in more areas, in places I'm comfortable, I can be very extroverted and very talkative. You know me, I can be chatty.
Yeah.
But like, I have to admit, like, and I'm good at making friends with people. In fact, that was one thing a lot of people at uni said. Like, I knew more people and had more friends with them, like, regardless of the class, than they did, and they lived on campus. And it's just like, yeah, like, if you're just comfortable and, like, you know, you make that environment, like, that's fine and dandy. But that's also, like, something I controlled and learned. If it's something out of my control, I will probably just be a little wallflower hanging on the wall.
Yeah, you'll just be there in the background being like, hi guys, I'm here.
Yeah, like, I'm here.
Yeah,
I
little
just
baby.
exist.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I vibe.
thank you, understandable. Have a good day. Like,
And
yeah.
exactly. I'm out here. Bye bye.
Yeah. Like don't do anything else. I'm just I'm here. For all intents and purposes.
I'm
do
just
not
here to exist.
perceive me. I don't exist.
Exactly.
My pronouns are non-existent at this point. Yeah.
I am literally wall.
So like things like that, yeah, definitely. But when
Yeah.
like And definitely, like, VTubing is one of those things. This is something I control. It's my stream. If I want to stream, I will.
Exactly.
If I need to stop it early because, like, I just get burnt out or crash out midstream, I'll do it. I'm a very selfish person when it comes to streaming.
You are more selfish than I am. I will admit
because
this.
I used to not be, and it made me fucking miserable because I would have people bitching about either being not, you know, like too loose with rules or not strict enough. And I was just tired of it. So, and it led to the whole like snap out when I had COVID that I almost deleted the entirety of the Butter Zone Discord.
I remember this. Yeah.
And I just eventually like snapped and like, okay, cool. These are the rules. This is what I tolerate. This is what I don't. You got a problem with it? Fuck off. I don't care.
Wasn't this around the same time that, because I remember didn't you remake the server originally at some point or another?
The server has been in existence since like 2017.
Yeah, but like I think it was like you closed it, but you like redid all the channels at one point.
I revamped it. Like I closed it down and I revamped it. That was what resulted because of it. I was about to delete the entire fucking thing. Because that's why I said I remember this. Like, I was at a breaking point, and I was tired of people bitching at me and getting upset that, oh, like, someone got banned for a joke, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, I'm putting my foot down. These are my rules. You don't like it? Fuck off. I don't care. I do what I want. Because I was tired of dealing with it, and people that, you know me, that, like, it was like, okay, like, this is something you can do. Like, you got beef with people in the server, don't keep it here. You can hate each other outside of it. I'm not asking y'all to sing Kumbaya and hold hands, my lord, but, like, you're going to act civil. I ain't...
Exactly. No. I've been in the same boat as you. Honestly, that's literally what happened with me in my server at one point, where that's why I don't have a server, because I had a lot of problems, and I just threw in the towel, and I had to reset, and I'm trying to maybe make a new one soonish.
Yeah.
And then, as well as, like, yeah, I've had problems where, like, people were beefing with each other in my chat, and I remember there was a day in particular that, like, there was people beefing, and I got to the point where I was, like, almost border, like, I got mad at both of them. And I've had some people come after me about it. They're like, why did you get mad at this person? They were instigating. I'm like, I don't care. It's not a point of instigation. It's the fact that you then continued to then fight at each other and nip at each other. It's not who started who first. That's not the point. The point is that you then perpetuated and kept going and going and going and going. You're both at fault.
Yeah.
Like, if you hate each other, that's fine. I don't care. Like, that's no longer on me. That's between you two, ultimately. Because individuals are going to be individuals, and they're going to hate each other. That's life. But don't then come into my, like, community, don't come into my chat and then try to, like, start shit. Because that's not what I want. That's not the place to do it.
Yeah, time to wait for Riker to make a new server so I can start a shitload of drama.
God damn it.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it's just people, like, that's when I learned I need to be selfish for myself in some things, and that it's not a bad thing to do that at all.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
I was tired of just getting, especially while I was sick, I was real sick and tired of just people, like, you know, not being able to follow the basic rules I had laid out. Because I don't ask for much. I basically just ask that you don't act like a dumbass and you're not a piece of shit. Very simple rules to follow. And if my mods make a call, because these people I put in power to enforce my visions, because they know what I'm cool with, they know what I'm not cool with.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Shrimple as that.
The call they made,
exactly.
Then you don't just start bitching about it or like demanding apologies and just fucking whatnot. And it's just like, I don't care.
Exactly. Let me see. I hit his face and he's still rizzing with the lashes. I don't actually. I was gonna say I don't have lashes. I'm like, no, wait, I actually do. My physical self, my flesh, my 3D version of me does have lashes, and sometimes I do forget that. I'm like, oh yeah, I do.
I can't believe you're out here flirting with people.
I'm not doing that intentionally.
That's so.
I don't have Riz. The fuck are you talking about? I have negative Riz. I'm a fucking nerd. What are you talking about? Literally, I'll yab about like, let's talk about the history of video games, and it's like, I don't think that's someone to be like, baby, that's what I'm into. Nobody's saying that,
but like, we love a fucking geek. I just let my boyfriend.
You're the one that I stole. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna die. I'm going to die
like
now.
The white men that want my man. Don't you fucking dare.
Like he won't leave.
Nah, he ain't gonna leave me. But I am.
He'll joke with me though.
I am gonna commit a crime
I think that's what I appreciate is that he'll joke with me. He'll be like, "Oh, Ben, on my way, baby." Like Ben. Oh my god. That's what I love is when you can bring the other person involved into it, and they're like, "Ah," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm glad to hear that you're good though, Foxy. Hell yeah, and thank you for the purple hearts. Let me see. Like, yeah, I had to get used to being called Pats all the time instead of my IRL name, but I come to realize it's not the name that matters, it's what you do with it. As Pats, I just hope I've been able to do some good. Yeah, no, dude,
Pats,
you've done a lot of amazing
phenomenal
things.
shit as Pats.
Yeah,
You
like,
I
you've gone...
guarantee you, do not worry, man.
No, I was about to say, you've gone above and beyond in shit that even I have never seen anyone do, period. And this is coming from someone where I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen people go above and beyond a lot of ways, but you have been one of the few where I'm like, I can guarantee there is nobody gonna top what you have done for me, period. Because it's just that insane to that level of degree. So don't even sweat it. But I also get it too. I don't know if that's ever happened to you where you've like, especially with like Axel in your case, where like you've been called by your VTuber name rather than your actual name.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I always like introduce myself as Koko or Katie, like, because I used to go by Katie like a lot online before I even started streaming, so it's like I never have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And then being called like Koko, the only time I think, yeah, no, I've ever had like a problem with being called Koko was when Axel called me that when he normally calls me like a pet name or something, because this was like early on in our relationship. Like a few months in, and I was worried, like, oh god, did I do something bad? Like, you're not calling me babe or hun. Like, did I do something bad?
Oh, no.
Why are you calling me Koko?
You like had a spiraling moment, but it was just like, nah, it's good.
It just feels awkward when he calls me Koko. Like personally to myself, like it's like when he's like, oh, if he's asking me, he's like, hey babe, or like, hey hun. Like, but if he asks like, hey Koko, it feels weird.
You're just like, wait a minute, that's not right. There's something wrong
like,
here.
Hold on, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Yeah. But you know, because I don't know if you've met any of your VTuber friends IRL as well, either
no,
beyond just Axel. Oh, really? Well, whenever you get the chance, I'd say go for it. I've done it like a handful of times, and I actually have some photos from that trip. It was like 2 years ago now, and one of them I still talk to on a regular basis, so it's really nice. And well, actually no. Yeah, no, I've had it like several people. Some of them I talk to, some of them I don't. Some of them I've lost contact with. But no, I've never met Alex.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
one of the few.
I feel like
I've
y'all
never met him.
too, especially just when Alex comes in and just fucking.
This motherfucker! I swear to God, he'll always come in, shank me, and then leave. I'm like,
he's
son
a
of
real one for that, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? It's dedication. I gotta give credit where credit's due. There's some dedication to that. But I've never met the man. But I've met a couple of other people, and it was nice. It was really kind of it was also a weird experience to hear my VTuber name being told to me verbally. Like, we're looking at each other, and I hear Riker. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh, right, you're talking to me. Because usually it's my family saying my name, and it's usually never my name. They'll use like nicknames at this point. Because they know that I'm streaming, and they're like, they used to use my actual like nickname, or even sometimes my actual name, and I'm like, no, stop. So I've had so many different nicknames over the years, but at this point, like, hearing my actual name feels weird now. I'm like, oh right, that is my name. Right, I was at my date of birth. This was what was on my card.
Yeah, that's my government name.
The government, not my government. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't bother me much, just considering the fact, like, I go by a nickname already. Like,
yeah,
because I am very rarely called Caitlin formally. Like, or I'm only called it formally normally. I do not like being called Caitlin casually.
So it's like if you're like at like, I don't know, the DMV and you hear, you're like, ah, okay.
Like, yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
understandable. Like, yeah, because the only times outside of official capacities that I've been called Caitlin, and it's like if I'm about to get my ass beat or something by my mom.
I get my ass beat.
Which, yeah, no, she would never beat my
That's
ass.
usually how it goes. When you hear your parents say your full name, you're like, oh
yeah,
no.
Like that's the only time that like I am ever called Caitlin like, you know, outside of like, yo, the university would call me that, which eventually the university, I got the option to actually change my name. Like I don't know when, they just did it randomly, but like I just put in my name as Katie, like, or I put like my name Caitlin, I prefer being called Katie, and then all my emails officially from the university were just Katie. It's like, cool.
Cool.
Also, hey
Good to-
Koko, what's up?
good
Just
to
realized I
know.
haven't said hi to you yet. Hi, Pats.
Hello.
Not much is up.
Trust
We're
me,
just
you've got
drawing
Riz.
Maid Koko for Blue Sky
Hell yeah.
because it was Maid Day
Hell yeah.
on Thursday.
Oh shit, we should probably start doing the video game because we haven't done it yet. Hold on.
Oh man, should we start doing the video game? Cause you know, I think
Yes,
we're
we
doing
should.
pretty good right now, honestly.
I guess not. Hold on. Let me mute. Actually, you know what? I'll keep you on here. Hey, thank you for the raid, Albino Yeti. Anybody here? Hello, everybody. The name is with the wife was in the bonus. Things how you guys doing? What are you guys up to? I'm a variety streamer. The new thing I get into energies and a little bit of everything in between. What are you guys up to? How are y'all? Thank you. I was actually literally about to get up.
Yeah,
So
no,
thank
why
you.
would you get up and do that? I'm your fucking mod. This is why you gave me mod privileges, Riker, so that I can do this.
You're right.
You know, you're doing
Listen,
something.
I'm not accustomed to having mods.
Oh,
That's
well.
sad to say, but that's because I usually have like really bad time zones. So I'm like, God damn it, none of my mods are here.
Oh, yeah, no,
They're all asleep.
That's why you made me a mod. Don't worry. You'll
True.
always have me when I'm streaming with you.
That's true. I at least have one.
Is Riker an auctioneer when he ain't streaming? Honestly. Riker
I
went
have
full
had-
rap god there for a second. Yeah, y'all have never heard Riker's like intro. I forget that. Which you didn't do your intro today. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I don't mind, dude. Sometimes I'll like skip over it. I'll forget. Literally when I came back from Hawaii, I forgot how to stream. I was like, my intro right an hour into the fucking stream. I'm like, hey,
Shit,
like
y'all
they
went to
didn't already know who I was.
Nice.
Yeah, I went to yeah.
How'd you enjoy
I
the
told you
weather
about
there?
it.
Well, no, you didn't tell me you went to Hawaii. You just said you were on vacation, and I was like, okay, have fun.
Oh. Yeah, so it was hot, humid. No, I did, because I told you about the humidity.
No, you didn't say it was Hawaii specifically, though. You just said it was
Oh, okay.
humid. Which, honestly,
Yeah, it was
you know,
humid sometimes.
yeah,
It was
that
hot.
makes sense.
Rained a lot.
Yeah.
It was still fun. I liked it. I can talk a little bit more about my trip, but I just really want to quickly read these messages, and then I can continue talking about
read
my
the chat.
wee.
Read the chat.
Hey yo, strategy day was chaotic, decade-long war with Germany in Victoria 3. Ooh, okay. What is it about? Is that like a SRPG? Like, I'm kind of curious now, Almino Yeti. What was it about? Like, gameplay-wise? Nearly finished our mega campaign. I giggled every time he does the raid intro. You turn into an auction person. I really do. It's either auctioneer. My family has told me many things that I should be over the years. They've been like, you should be a model. You should be what's it called? A television announcer. You should be. Actually, funny enough, God, I'm trying to remember. It was someone from your community, Koko, and I'm forgetting their name. And I'm also friends with them, but I'm like, the name is eluding me. Started with a G, and I'm like, fuck.
What?
Oh God. Who's the one person who always comes in here who gives me shit for how I play Paper Mario? Because I know it's them. Yeah, Gab, there we go. I'm horrible with names. This is how this just goes to show. I've known them for how many years? I'm like, the name eluded me for like 10 seconds.
How
Like,
could you forget Gab's name? I should add her right now and tell her to get in
No,
here
please.
and beat your ass.
please no. No, please don't. Please don't. I'm sorry, Gab. I'm sorry. But like, they actually came to me about doing an announcer for their
Yeah.
Smash thing a while back.
Yeah, for the Smash.
'Cause they're like,
yeah,
"You're
you
gonna
and
make
me
it really good."
both were gonna be it. Because we could.
Yeah.
Because we could. Which I think her. That thing is still potentially a project in the works. I know some people that were supposed to be involved in that. She was like no longer talking to.
That's fair.
But like, yeah, nah.
I'm still open to the idea, but it's just like, hey, let me know, because at some point, you know, so I'm not left in the dark and be like, oh, we're doing this now. I'm like, wait, what now?
Yeah, I'm still open for that too. Yeah, no, she'd
What?
definitely like let you know ahead of time, like if she needed voice
Yeah.
acting work.
Grand strategy game, you basically run a nation, but with Victoria 3, it's about economics, so managing the GDP and all that. Oh god, no, not math. Not the statistics! Really, really nerdy shit. So not my community's main cup of tea. Was going to say either Faith or Crix. No, this was another person. This is an older friend of me and Coco's, because Coco and I have been friends for
A long time now.
No,
It was at least
4?
2020. I just remember you came in my. I don't even know how we first started following each other. I do not remember.
I don't
just
remember. I think I might have.
posting that I was like looking to fucking stream with people, and you were like, "Hey, yeah, sure, why not?"
Maybe that was it. This might have been when I was peak doing because this was like, yeah, when I was messaging people the most on Twitter. This was like my peak Twitter era, where I'm actually kind of getting back into Twitter, and I'm never calling it X. A fuck Senor Musk-sama piece of. I'm never calling it X. He can go suck it. And I'm trying to use Blue Sky as well. And I'm really bad at using social media now. I feel like such an old man because I'm like, I used to be able to be like addicted. Like I remember, this was during that era where I remember I tell you sometimes I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired after doing some of your like Sunday streams with your community, and I would literally stay up like 3 hours later, still on Twitter, like messaging people.
Damn.
It was a problem. That's why I said I was that addicted to it. But then obviously the thing that happened at the time where I lost my Twitter, and so I didn't end up, yeah, I kind of killed that sort of momentum, and then I just kind of never got back into it. And then over the many, many years of me trying to do it, I just kind of lost that touch with it. And so now I'm trying to be like, okay, how do I do it again? Because I don't know. Because that's what people have given me told me the most about myself is that they're like, oh man, dude, you're so entertaining, but you're terrible at advertising. I'm like, yeah, I'm garbage. I have no fucking clue, dude. I'm doing media outside of Twitch, but that's more of I'm bad at making videos of myself. I can make videos of others, but the moment you tell me, hey, make a video for yourself,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm good.
You're like, I don't need that shit. Too much work.
Yeah, like how I said I was gonna go to bed at 3 o'clock, and I look over and it's going on 4 o'clock right now. That's crazy. That's wild.
I'll speedrun this.
But I'm out here drawing Maid Koko, and I just finished her expression. Well, I changed the expression because I was gonna have like a neutral. I had a neutral one, and it's like, no, she'd be pretty pissed to dress up like a maid. So like, yeah, we're making
Exactly like
sour.
Exactly. Have you beat this game before? No, actually, Joey. This is my first time playing it. I've never played Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I've always wanted to. Too expensive of a GameCube game. They remade it for Switch. I immediately bought it, and I've been playing it with Koko for about a year now. 2 years?
Yeah, about as long as it took me with a bunch of people to voice act my playthrough of it.
Pretty much. But I think there's also been points where we've been really efficient, so it's really just a matter of like we've either gone really efficient at beating things or we've been really like bad. There's no in between.
And the question is, do I want to give Koko pigtails too? Do we want to make it worse for ourselves?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think we do.
I think you were playing this the first time I watched you. Been ages. Yeah, so it's been a hot minute. I'm really bad with especially when I'm with people at doing this stuff efficiently. Because I yap and I have a problem. But the moment I do this by myself, I'm immediately like literally gunning this like crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me do this before you gotta head out and I gotta save.
Yeah.
Excellent timing. I finally have it, Mario. Found a way that might just get you to the moon.
The moon.
You gotta get the piss laser. You must go to far outposts, and you must see the cannon there, and it will blast you. Don't ask me the semantics and the physics of how a cannon's supposed to shoot you into the stratosphere without stripping off your skin. But okay, sure, that'll work.
The drawing is coming along lovely so far, Koko. Thank you. Yeah, I figured I'd give Koko blunt bangs since I gave myself blunt bangs because I cut my own hair and I remembered I have the power.
Yeah, you've also changed your hair color many times over.
Yes, which is the funny thing. In real life, I have not really changed my hair color to the extent that I have with VTubing because yeah, I haven't like dyed my hair in a while.
It's been a hot minute because the last time I saw it was green.
Oh, no, it was like a charcoal bluish green. That's because I had this blue dye from Arctic Fox. And since I don't bleach my hair and I naturally have like dark brown black hair, like the color it came out with like in the light was this really cool like charcoaly green. But like, it was still super dark and like it was more of like the light it showed. So I was like, cool, I'll fucking make that my avatar or my VTuber's hair since you can do that in VTube Studio with the parameters of everything. But this would be something entirely different. Like I would have to redraw Koko's model and rig it because yeah, the blunt bangs would have to have their own fucking like mechanics.
Exactly. I get you. I get you.
We're using a cannon to get to the moon? Doesn't that seem unsafe?
Maybe, I don't know. It's not my problem. I know how it sounds. Really, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure of all the details. But I'm still set you up. Accounts from far outposts speak of a device that can launch anything anywhere, even to the moon.
Well, where is this far outpost then?
I believe there's a pipe to far outpost somewhere beneath Rogueport, but I'm not sure of the exact location. Yes, I believe it was hidden for some reason. My information is correct.
Oh, okay. Well then, wow, I found it.
Oh, an Ultra Hammer?
Oh, so
Didn't
these
we
nuts.
Didn't we get one of those already, Mario?
Yes, we did.
Ah, well, I see. That certainly changes the subject now, doesn't it? Well, use that ultra hammer to find the pipe to far outpost, then get to it.
If you say so, Professor, let's find far outpost.
But
Oh, yes, one more thing you should be aware of. The Babams who live there are sort of a surly bunch. They may not let you use their cannon. You may have to negotiate with them. In any case, that's your problem. Good luck. Get that last star. Crystal star. Bye, guys. You get blown up, it's no longer my problem.
That's pretty real of the Professor, I'm not gonna lie. Did we ever figure out what his name was again?
nope.
Yo, does anybody in chat remember what the Goomba Professor's name is? We're having like the biggest brain fart ever.
Exactly. Well, it's also been like Lord knows how long since we last played this game, and let alone seen the professor. Like shit, dude.
Yeah. Also, Pat says I just showed up one day and never left. Well, you know,
Exactly.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly. You know, we adopted you. You're now here. You're held hostage. We give you Cheez-Its every once in a while.
we hand feed you Cheez-Its as we keep you locked in the basement.
Exactly. What do you not get? Do you give the cheap crap? What's it called? The ones that are in the Lunchables?
We give you the Kroger Cheez-Its.
Oh God, no,
Off-brand
dude.
Cheez-Its.
Anything
Honestly,
that's off-brand Cheez-Its.
I've never
Sorry, go
had their
for it.
off-brand Cheez-Its, honestly, so I don't know if it's like some things where it's like, oh, not half bad. Because I think off-brand really depends on the brand.
It really does. Some of them are garbage, dude. They're just
Oh shit, you
atrocious.
found the pipe!
I knew where it was. Do you know how many times I kept fucking around here? The fact that I knew it was here, dude, it was so easy.
You know, I'm still shocked.
Wow. Ye a little faith. Oh my God, a Crim Myth.
Yes.
Hey, look, guys, it's Quidmas. We're skipping over Halloween. Fuck Halloween. No, I'm kidding.
We already went to Halloween.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're doing we're skipping Halloween entirely now.
The Nightmare
Halloween's
Before
canceled for
Christmas.
2025. Oh, this is mine.
Oh, don't snippy, I should say. Let's do,
Huh?
Aubrey's a bomb. How would he feel cold?
Because, you know, gunpowder make him warm and fuzzy.
No.
When, what?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
All right. Well, let the man feel cold, okay? He's old. He's probably got arthritis and back problems. Actually, what would that even look like? Old bomb back problems.
Let's do make haste, Mario. Far outpost can't be far now, old boy.
I did not mean to do Bobbery. I don't know why I changed to him.
Because why not? Bobbery's base.
Bobbery is based. He's the based individual.
Can't spell base without Bobbery.
Can you, though? Oh, fuck.
No.
New music!
Yeah, it's the new version of it since we're in a winter area.
Yeah. I like this. What do you think? As a person who's played the original.
I do like it. I like that, well, because you have to remember, the original, the normal battle areas never had variants. Like, you had one version for normal battles, one for the special event battles. The only themes that were different were, between towns and, traveling music, and then also boss themes.
Oh my god, I'm goated. I'm fucking goated.
On the sauce.
Let's go, baby. We cooking with gas.
It's a little weird to draw Coco's hair now because I normally would use her curtain bangs to like determine the hairline for like how it was parted in the back. So like trying to draw it regularly just feels weird. I sit here.
It feels weird nowadays.
I sit here as I look up at myself. It just no. I may just give her like pigtails or buns or something.
Let's go.
Yeah, we may just say
Okay.
fuck it, we ball.
Attack all full. You know what? Let's do it. A, X, Y. Oh fuck! I mildly made an
You're
oopsie
still
poopsie.
live? Yo, Ink was popping, yeah. I meant to go to bed at 3,
Yo.
but then we got into, like, topics, and I'm drawing Maid Koko for belated Maid Day, and now I can't decide on, like, how I want to style her hair since she has blunt bangs.
Hey! Yo, no,
Yeah,
wait,
how
hold on,
have you
wait.
been, Ink? It's been a hot minute. Hopefully you've been well.
Hold on, let me mute. Oh god.
I don't know why Riker had to leave that time, folks. I know it was... hold on, am I supposed to be doing something mod-related? Yes, I am! Riker out here not taking me with him for months. What the fuck? Oh, Bobby's frozen. That's great.
No, I'm not rapping. I wish I was. Dude, why does everyone think I'm rapping?
Yo, iRooms, is that Cookie Run Kingdom I see in the chat?
Yes, literally Cookie Run. There you go. You're like, hey yo, another Cookie Run fan. Let's go. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Ow,
Yes,
fuck.
I
My
am
foot.
a Cookie Run fan.
No!
I play very
I'm
much.
frozen.
Have you played through the new episode of Beast East? It's pretty great.
I need to play it.
I really, really hope that I fucking get Eternal Sugar Cookie though. I'm almost up to date with the story.
I'm almost up to date. Sorry.
I was surprised I got caught up. Like, Cookie Run Kingdom and Twisted Wonderland, I was very shocked I got caught up with the newer content. I will say this, though, on Cookie Run Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't finished the, Crispia story. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Oops. I got
you got
Eternal
it
Sugar
once?
one.
Nice!
Hey, let's go. I need to try. What is this game about, actually? Can I ask you both this question? What is Cookie Run?
Okay, so the original Cookie Run... Okay, so we'll have, like, an entire history of it. The original Cookie Run Kingdom game was a dash-like running game where you would have, like, different cookies that you could unlock, and you would, like, try to run as far as you can. It was like Temple Run.
Okay.
Except not, like, directional. It was all on a 2D plane going horizontally to get to finish the stage.
Okay.
Dan Girl, I hope you rest up soon. I've never seen you up at this time. Yeah, it's sometimes I go over, but it'd be like this. But anyway, so that was the original Cookie Run. That was Oven Break. Yes. Cookie Run Oven Break. The first Cookie Run Kingdom game. Because there's multiple now, aside from just Oven Break and Cookie Run Kingdom. There's also the Tower one, which I have not played. I used to play Oven Break. Yeah, I played it before. And it was like, alright. So Cookie Run Kingdom is a gacha style adventure game. So you can pull units to get, to unlock more cookies. They've got their own rarities, their own stories, etc., etc. And you use that to progress. Wow, you died already? Okay, that's crazy. That's wild. Anyway.
I hate it here. Oh my god.
Anyway. Yes, there is lore. There is a lot of lore with the cookies. You would think that because they're cookies, that there's not lore. Oven Break's story was mainly just a reason to run, if I recall correctly. The story gets crazy in Kingdom. Yeah, because, like, you got the whole thing of, like, some cookies finding out, like, oh, where did they come from? And then learning about it. And I'm not trying to spoil things in case there's anybody in chat that wants to play the game and hasn't seen the story yet, because it starts off really basic. I could not tell you the earlier half of Crispia, but when it gets to the point where it breaks off from Crispia and goes into Beast East, like, it gets kind of wild from 0 to 100, and you have to remind yourself this is a game where you pull cookies. Like
Exactly,
you
literally
get cookie units. It's a gotcha cookie game, and the story just goes from 0 to 100 real quick. There's also lore. It's not really kid friendly. Yeah, I would not say it is kid friendly compared to Oven Break.
fuck.
Oven Break definitely was more of a kid friendly game because it was just a like runner.
Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of runners tend to be kid friendly. I mean, but when you start getting into like more of the like the RPG stuff in like mobile games, they start to get real dark, real fast. You're like, what the fuck?
Yes, and Cookie Run Kingdom has a lot of different things. So you basically so on top of like getting cookies to progress through the story, you have to build up your kingdom. Because you're making a place for cookies that's built for cookies by cookies. Despite the fact of what, they may have been created for or why originally they want to make their new life. So, you build up your kingdom, you get, things for it. It goes in Kirby's rule where the Scrimbo stole my thing, stop him, leads you to killing Elder God. Honestly!
Literally, it's true. Dude, honestly. I swear, Kirby, it's like, oh my god, it's a cute little puffball. He's adorable. Oh my god, why is he murdering eldritch gods of horror?
I lost my
What the fuck?
It's somewhere.
Mario, that's also Mario too.
So
Fuck, I
yes,
fucked up.
there's a kingdom building aspect where you try to level up your castle and you build all these facilities that, make supplies that then are used to produce more things, which are used in granting like wishes at the tree because your cookies might want your cookies want certain products at certain times, and you can get rewards for doing that, etc., etc. Yeah, that's a constant game of just you gotta keep upgrading your shit which you gotta level up your kingdom so that you can unlock the ability to upgrade and build more shit. I sit here with my hands on the bars, clutching them as hard as I can because I need so many cotton candies from a cotton candy farm, but I'm only kingdom level 50, so I can't build another one or upgrade it any further than what I have, and it's never fucking enough, and everything needs cotton candy at this point in the game, and I hate it. I hate
Jesus
it so
Christ.
much.
There is some pain in that. Like, I can hear the pain in your voice.
But yeah, no, so there's that. But then there's also, like, events such as, the battle arena where you can form a team of cookies based off what you have and then, like, have them fight other people's set teams. You have two different ones, defense and attack. Defense is what other people will face from you, and attacks are the ones that you go out and attack others' defense cookies. Set up. You can only craft certain bundles and certain level of. Yes, exactly. You can. And yeah, not everything has bundles that you can just build multiples of. Oh no. Then there's special ones like the jewelry store where they only have 3 items, which you'd think, oh, that's not so bad. So you see what those items require. Build.
And what would that
So
be?
yeah, so there's
Oh, God.
the arena, which is a seasonal thing, and then they also have like a different arena every now and then because they just had one with the last update before. One that just introduced Eternal Sugar Cookie, that had more like limitations to it, so it was actually really cool. I do miss that seasonal arena. I am actually genuinely sad it's gone. That was a fun event. There's like you can join a guild. I have one. It's pretty great. We're actually like pretty high level, almost finishing with the museum.
Air fryer. Yeah, we're turning into an air fryer.
To be honest,
I'm becoming the ultimate
my
F1.
younger cousin Cookie Run Kingdom back then when I thought it was family kid friendly, and they're probably traumatized. Based.
They come out the other end like, I'm not a different person anymore. I've seen some cookie horrors.
There's different events that you can do. There's like ones that stay. Like now they have a mining built-in like activity, which is very great. Because you can your cookies yearn for the mines. They yearn for the materials. Send them in there so that they can get you the shit
material
that
girl.
you need to make more things. Let's see.
Shit.
Imagine dying during the Cookie Run lore drop.
Quake hammer.
Crazy. Like I'm even
Not that kind of air fryer. But what if I want to turn all of my enemies into delicious, crispy goodness? Like, listen, that Prada pan looking mighty yummy.
The enemies are candy and dessert themed already, so like, yeah. Like, they're already there. I'm opening up Cookie Run Kingdom just so I can explain more of the current things that are in there, because there's also a feature where it's like more of a social hub aspect where you can make your own cookie and you can name it whatever. So like mine's Koko Cookie. and she's dressed up cool, and she's pouty.
Yes!
And you can go around in the town and do, like, little mini quests, and some of those quests depend on, like, you doing things outside of the little town event, or town exploration, which is pretty cool.
The mine is
mines
good
are-
for farming soul gems and
Yeah.
soul prisms to promote high rarity cookies.
Because during expeditions in the mines, your cookies have a chance for not only finding geodes that you can crack, they have the chance of finding agar things that have soul stones. So either when you pull cookies, you either get the cookie itself or you get soul stones. If you get enough soul stones, you can get a cookie. Depending on what rarity they are, that'll depend on the amount of soul stones you need to be able to just recruit them without pulling the full cookie. That's also how you upgrade cookies.
Hell yeah.
So, the people that have Eternal Sugar Cookie right now and have pulled multiple
What?
copies of her, 9 times out of 10 have spent a lot of money on this game already, which props. I'm a Grand Blue fantasy player. I'm already familiar with
God.
the concept of whales. Their biggest demographic are Japanese businessmen mid 40s and 50s that have no
Oh,
other
yeah.
time in life, so they spend it on games. I get it. I understand. But at the same time, that shit gets a little wild with Cookie Run Kingdom. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn it.
People out here, because you're not even guaranteed on these polls, so they are blowing some good money. Did someone say great? You're also a Grand Blue player.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
not. Ironix out here literally
Yo,
like, oh
Iron,
my
do
god.
you
Oh,
also play Twisted Wonderland and Love in
Oh
Deep
God,
Space
please.
and Infinity, Nikki? How far does
Oh my
your
God.
gacha addiction go? Do let me
It
know.
goes
I'm
deep.
down to talk.
let's see. It's crazy going from Endwalker and trying to stop the final days from repeating to going through chapter 3 and 4 of Beasties, seeing Mystical Flower Cookies trying to do her own version of just that. I'm aware of those two.
Honestly, and I mean, real talk, Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, you going from that into Cookie Run
Fuck.
Kingdom, that's basically Endwalker to Dawn Trail. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are you? Oh fuck.
I'm aware of those two. That's fair, to be honest.
I
Still in the part when Shadow Milk Cookie says, yes, yes, now you're all mine to Pure Vanilla Cookie. Yeah, that caused a lot of shippers to go crazy. And I get it. I love Shadow Milk Cookie. He's unhinged, and I love a man that's unhinged. And it doesn't help that I've seen so many of the personification artworks that people make of the cookies. And people just draw Shadow Milk Cookie in ways that I look at yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. The person that drew Shadow Milk Cookie with a split tongue and piercings, they're doing the Lord's work. I just want to say that, first and foremost.
Shit.
I need to grind in Versus so I can play Wellness Grand Blue for free. Yeah,
Ooh.
I have Versus and Versus Rising. I am not a fighting player.
Oh, get out of here.
But, I play base GBF, so that's enough.
You need to grind in versus. I am
love
not
Wellness,
that.
though.
I'm gonna be
Oh my
honest.
gosh.
I don't play any of that. I am just me.
If you're a fan of Wellness Iron, might I recommend you come to play the base game, because he has a Valentine skin you can buy that's just him in an apron. He's got, underwear on underneath it, but he's a fucking beefcake with an apron on. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all I need.
That's all
That's
you
all I need.
That's what I mention every time. Base.
Jesus.
Base. You know what?
Face.
I'm gonna go
Give me the
follow you,
realistic-
Iron. You seem like someone I definitely want to check out. You seem of the same mindset.
Okay. I will let you choose, Koko. What are we choosing?
BP, because I know you're gonna be upset about it. Also, not gonna lie, Iron, when I just clicked on your thing in chat, seeing your profile, just seeing those glasses with that hair, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were 707 from Mystic Messenger, if you know that one too.
Mystic Message. Oh my god.
Are
that is
you a
blast from
Mystic
the past.
Messenger gamer? Did your sleep schedule also get ruined by that game?
No, I am aware. I've had significant others who were very into it, and I was questioning them every time.
Okay, real talk, the story was really good until they started getting really weird with the things they were putting on social media and using AI art, which I'm very sad about because Churits has very talented artists.
God.
I really don't
Jesus
know why
Christ.
they started doing that. It's kind of wild. I
Help.
don't get it, but hey.
Oh no! No! Okay, I'm dead. I need to get it when I have more control with money. Fair. To be fair, Shadow Vanilla kind of makes sense. The other Beast X Ancient, I don't ship it.
Yeah, no, like out of all of the shippings, yeah, because I just see like a lot of them. It's like they really hate each other, but like Shadow Milk's hatred and how it was portrayed in the story definitely seemed more like a hate fuck scenario. So like, yeah, I can get why people ship Shadow Vanilla. You know, good for them. Good for
Help.
them. I just want to hold his hand. That split tongue art really fucked me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Got it. Watch this shit. I can do it. No. I got this.
Let me catch up on my chat real
I'm
quick.
locking
Sorry,
in.
chat. I didn't mean to like just absolutely go on a tirade there and ignore you. I'm so sorry.
Your poor chat is like, she don't like us no more. She wants
You know what's
to
funny?
jump
One
ship.
time, two friends of mine were jokingly having a fight, and one friend threatened to send an army after the other. So the other one goes, "You'll protect me, right, Pats?" And when I said that I was gonna stay neutral, they were like, "Fine, fine then. I'm taking you hostage." Oh, I thought you were about to say they were gonna say, "Oh, well, I'm taking you in the divorce."
What? I'm taking you in the divorce.
Yes, hello,
He
I'm
walks
the
away.
candy tax man. I'm here to take 50% of your cotton candy. Adisic, don't you fucking do this to me right now. You don't understand how it be out here with the cotton candy farms being needed for everything in the fucking game.
I can't time this.
Can I get funnier? I said to my friend, "Why do I have to be the hostage?" And my friend replies, "Because that's everyone likes you." And they're like, "Fair." He's like, "Fair enough." Honestly, your friend's not wrong. Everyone does like you, Pats.
Exactly.
Like
good. You always good soup. Everyone 10 out of 10. I'm so glad to have both Winna's his summer and his Halloween versions. Now I just need to wait for the chance to get the skin. Oh God.
That is fair. Yeah.
Y'all be wailing too hard. I can't.
Respect that. No. I have to save up now, but I have given GBF my money because I will admit that I bought the Sandalphon skin for I think it was 7th anniversary. And whatever anniversary Shiva's skin was dropped, I bought them both. I paid $30 for that, and I don't regret it still.
Do you know that one song that goes like, "Shut up, you're stupid, just hold my hand"? I need to know the name.
That song feels like something I would know. And Mood. To be honest, Shadow Vanilla kind of makes sense than other beasts. Yeah, I don't ship it. Yeah, I'm not a shipper of it. I respect the people that do ship it. I see people really making very great designs of personified Shadow Milk Cookie, and they need to just keep it. That's all I can say.
They need to do it. They must.
This is the Far Outpost. Where do you think they keep the cannon of theirs?
Probably hidden.
Well, only one way to find out. Let's get started by talking to the villagers.
Oh, talk to the villagers. Yeah, totally. Puts away his hammer. No, nothing else. Could have used my fireball instead, but fine. Fuck it. We'll talk to people. You want to do this, or do you want me to do this?
Welcome to Far Outpost. Whoa, that is quite a good lip warmer you have there.
Oh, thank you. I grew it myself.
Okay, now I give you my special mustache viewing personality. Oh, yes, I forgot they're like Russian. Okay, I now give you my special mustache viewing personality analysis. Yes?
До свидания.
Yes. Yes. I got it now. Your bushy broom means that you are a stubborn and selfish man.
Fuck you. That's a Wario. You jackass. You want to go?
How did I know? I have certain experience with mustaches like that, you see.
The fuck you mean? Who else is here?
Discriminatory. Sheesh.
I know, right? Fuck you.
Yeah, no. I hope I get Wilness's character one day, though. I do have the gold moons to get a zero tick. I looked at all the Halloween units. It's like, there's really nothing I want. I'm waiting for like the Yukatas to come back around because like Vampy and Ilsa pretty top tier for their elements.
That's fair.
But I do want Wilness though.
Fair. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I gotta check it out one of these days.
You do.
I really should. Not gonna lie, I keep seeing a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy in Final Fantasy XIV. It started the moment I hit Sea of Clouds, and it kept happening since. I mean, it makes sense considering that a lot of these crossovers are starting to become like more and more prominent. I swear.
Yeah, like also just like with the Skyfaring and Grand Blue Fantasy, like yeah, I could definitely see it happening in Sea of Clouds and the Ishgardian LARPers. I shouldn't say they're LARPers, RPers. Like they get pretty intense with things. So like yeah, I'm not shocked to hear that. based on them though, because Grand Blue Fantasy X Final Fantasy 14 is a crossover I need. Like we've had Persona 5 X Grand Blue, so like
That's true.
it's possible. And One Piece, we've had One Piece too. Also, I'm gonna like try to get my water bottle cap real quick. So
Yeah, we have had that
I'm not
too.
gonna hear it.
That's fair.
There it is. I thought it rolled under my TV stand.
Also, I was gonna say, Aisha, could you do me like a small solid? Can we try to keep it to like English and Spanish as much as possible? It's not because I don't want you to like communicate in another language. It's just because like I have no one to be able to understand that. So I'm not gonna know if anything is said.
Yes, because I do not know Korean.
I don't know Korean either,
I can identify it.
but I can't read it for shit. Yeah, I was about to say I can do Spanish though. That I can do semi well. I put that in quotations. Semi well.
Yes. All right. It is 4 o'clock in the morning, so I am going to have to go.
Let's do it. Let me save.
Yes.
Let me
I
find-
apologize for that. Oh, what was he saying? He's like, "Wow."
Oh, do you want me to read it?
Yeah, no, I wanted to read it.
All right.
Hello, traveler. First time in Far Outpost Kabui. What? Far Outpost Cannon? Wah! I apologize for that. No, I just had distraction. It's nothing. Kabui. Owie. Yeah, no. So just like go over to the save block. They're not gonna tell you where the cannon's at so easily. I'll tell you
Fair.
that right
What?
now.
Oh, fuck it's not. Yeah, no, I get you. Trust me. I'm like, if I had to pinpoint my Spanish like communication skills, I'm talking about like we're borderlining like no, I am conversationalist. But the moment you get anywhere more like sophisticated, like I'm not fluent, not at all. So there's some like words that I won't know. There's some like specific turn of phrases that I have no clue. I have to ask my family sometimes. I'll be like, ¿Qué, qué, cuándo, qué, dónde? And they'll like explain it to me. I'm like, oh, okay, now it makes sense.
Excite. Yes, I'm going to bed, baby. I'm going to bed.
I'm going to
Finish
bed.
up here. I'm sorry. Like Excite's getting like he's clawing at my leg because he knows it's like bedtime and he's mad that it is not bedtime right now.
It's like, let me go to bed.
That's straight up a track from Endwalker. That straight up sounds like something from Grand Blue Fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I get you. You're just like, wait a minute. I feel that this is something else. That kind of also reminds me of whenever there was jazz in a game. They're like, oh my god, it's Persona-like. You remember that era? Oh my god. I still remember that to this day.
There's one thing though from GBF that I will never hear in another game, and that's Belial's theme, where it just starts off, "Ah hell." It's got some lyrics,
great.
that's for sure.
It's got some bars. We spitting bars up in here, man.
Yes,
It's just-
I knew Iron would already know exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Let me deafen real quick on my side and close things out
Go for
here.
Yeah, go for it. I'll be reading my side.
I should be back in a moment. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything today and joining us as we started. Yo, Iron, thank you so much for sliding with that follow. Welcome to the Buttery Battalion. Enjoy your welcome. When Riker's playing this, since he watched me going through my hell of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door so long ago and made fun of me, now I get to sit back and relax and just draw and have fun while I watch him suffer, and it's fucking great, and I love it. Have a great night, Koko. That was fun. Let's see. Oh, and it started with, how it all started, my two friends were streaming at the same time. The first friend asked me to say hi to anyone we both knew, so I did. And the other friend goes, "Hey, Pats, it'd be funny if you ended up taking messages back and forth between both our streams." That's pretty funny. I miss Paper Mario. I do, too. Maybe one day we'll have it back, and it'll be peak. But yes, thank you guys so much for everything today. Excite, we are going to bed. Give me 1 second. Pat is just like, "Mom, we're not in bed. Let me be in bed so that I can start walking on you and making yourself uncomfortable, myself comfortable, until eventually I'm gonna go lay on top of the cover between your legs, facing out, so that I can look outside the bedroom." Like, I know his song and dance. He knows it, but he still has to do it anyway. That's his routine. And I respect that for him. Thank you guys so much for everything today. Sorry we started a little late. Sorry we got just like a little ranty earlier, but I really appreciate it though. If you ever need stream updates, Discord and Blue Sky are going to be your best bets for that. If you ever miss a VOD, exclamation mark YT. I try to upload them at the end of every week before the VODs expire. I say that as we lost the one Baldur's Gate playthrough. R.I.P. That VOD in particular. RIP. But yeah, I'm just gonna throw y'all to Riker. If you want to use the raid message, you can. I probably will, just because haha hee hee. I'm raiding into him and it's funny. But yeah, and hopefully I will be back Friday with more of the Oblivion playthrough. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood. But until next time, guys, though, as I typed it said, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, a good continuation to your weekend, and I love you all very, 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 very much. And stay buttery, my friends. Now let's go show Riker some love, shall we? Once it lets me press the raid now button, which it might not let me do that anytime soon. So we'll give it a second. Don't worry. Yes, there it is. Yes. But stay buttery, my friends. Bye-bye!